This is a true crime discussions channel. We speculate. This is all just speculation. Because it's true crime, it's for mature audiences only. There will be no children allowed, no exceptions. Everything on this channel falls under fair use. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. It's free.
Hey y'all, I'm so glad y'all are here with me this Saturday. Thank you so very much for being here. Cindy coming out the gate and dropping 10 Speculation Station memberships. I really appreciate that. That was so very sweet and supportive of you. Hold on just a minute. Trying to access the live. Okay. Those memberships went to our Sam Brown, Ryan E, Fury Pesto, Karen67, Call Me Cupcake. A lot of drama, curiosity, Volsana Locky, Kristen Lovett, and I think that, yes, and Kristen Lovett. If you were gifted from our lovely Cindy from South Florida and you are aware you were gifted, please tell Cindy thank you, and I will grab the crazy train and pick y'all up on the way to Speculation Station. I'm going off the rails on a crazy train. Thank you so much, Cindy. That was so very sweet and supportive of you. I cannot express my gratitude to you enough. That was so sweet of you. Thank you so very much. Um, okay, so Abella, okay, here's what we're going to do. I've got some things to go over. I'm going to drop this link for Abelis because Abelis is from Canada. Thank you. I think she's from the area. I could be wrong about that. So she can give us some ideas about some things going on. After we go over a few videos, I am going to drop the link for anybody that wants to come up and talk about this case. It's good to see you, Tanya, Indie Girl, Abelis, Indy, Amy, Cindy, Peace, Lori, Mystic Firefly is here. Belladonna is here. Bad Girl is here. Indie Girl, Paramandy. It's good to see you. Tracy, good to see you. Kathleen, Miss Scorpio Rising, good to see you. Michael Green Chile Chicken is here. Good to see you. Miss Sarah is here. It's good to see you. I see a lot of y'all saying Happy Mother's Day. One sunny day, good to see you. Oh, let's not highlight everybody. Crackerjacks, good to see you. Fawny Donnie, Genevieve, good to see you. Melissa. I think that's about everybody. If I missed you, please let me know. Oh my goodness, Bad Girl. Thank you. Jenny Jen, good to see you. Thank you so much, Bad Girl. That was so very sweet of you. My goodness. Thank you. Bad Girl says, Happy Mother's Day. Enjoy your day and please do something just for you. Love you all. That was so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Y'all are so sweet. Hey, Mel Chapel and Lorianne and Mercedes and Proud Firm Mom. Oh, really? Awesome. Yes, tomorrow is Mother's Day. In case you were not aware or you have forgotten, please look out for the mamas in your life and do something special for them. And if you are a mama, make sure to take time for yourself and do something special just for you. Sorry, brain fart. Okay, so we're going to talk about this guy first. We're going to go over this video. Now, let me tell you something. I'm kind of upset with Joseph Morris. We're going to click this video. And we're going to watch this. This is from Joseph Morris. I am going to drop his links. I have put it in the description box. Now, I don't know why. I can't tell you why I'm not Joseph Morris, but I saw some of his videos yesterday, and I sent him a $5 super chat, and I said, hey, I really like this video. I subscribed to his channel. I gave it a like, and I said, send him a $5 super chat. I said, thank you for this information. I said, do you mind if I use it tomorrow? I will, of course, drop your links and shout you out and ask my people to subscribe. I never got an answer back, but the video I left the super chat on is now deleted. Now, I don't know why he deleted it. I can't say. I feel kind of slighted, but I'm going to use this video if he feels the need to retaliate in some type of way. I suppose I'll deal with it. I am gonna, again, like I said, I don't know if he just deleted it because maybe he found out the information was bad. So, again, don't like, I do want you to subscribe to his channel and like his videos because he does seem to have a lot of really good information. And I really do love the way does his videos. He seems like a really awesome guy. It could have been not towards me at all. I don't know. To the person who sent me this video and the videos he did, thank you because I got him an email. I had no idea who this guy was. Somebody sent me a clip to this in my email. I checked it and I was like, oh wow, this is amazing. And I don't think I responded because I've been so busy trying to grab clips from here, there, and everywhere. So, um, I didn't get a chance to tell that person thank you, but thank you for sharing that video. And I did screen record some of the stuff from his other video, and since it's not there anymore, I am going to play it. I was able to get it uploaded while we were doing the intro. Miss Jenny Jen has been a member for 7 months. She says, love you, beautiful speculating family. I love you too. You're so sweet. Abelis, you're having technical difficulties. Okay, sweetheart. I'm going over videos right now, so it's going to be a minute anyway. This video I think is like 8 minutes long, and then the screen recordings I have that are kind of out of order are about 4 minutes long from this guy. So we'll be looking at this. So there's still time. There's probably about 15 minutes before we start going into detail. I wanted to get Abelis up here because things like people say, okay, the kids weren't in school. Tuesday is what I found pretty much from a news source. They said Tuesday was the last day the kids were at school. Wednesday, there was no school. Thursday, they were not there. And I do believe it was Friday they went missing. Somebody suggested in another chat about the trash pickup. The trash would have run by then. And somebody suggested, a little bit more nefarious, but what if the children were in the trash can if something did happen? And my landlord is from Nova Scotia, and I was talking to her. I was hoping I could have her on, but I don't have a microphone. I have a headset, so I don't think he'd be able to hear anyway. But she told me that that would not really be possible because in in Nova Scotia, when you put your trash out by the road, that the people that pick it up, like if something's too heavy, they put a sticker on it and they leave it in your driveway. Oh, there's Abelis. Hey, Abelis, it's so good to see you. Oh, she dropped. And then like if there's compost in there, they'll put it back in your driveway and leave it there. So we're gonna get some good ideas like that. For the area and things like that. And then I will open up the panel afterwards for anybody that wants to come up. Hey, Abelis. Good to see you. Abelis has a beautiful voice. I can't hear you if you're talking, but we're going to play this video.
Can you
There
hear
you
me?
are. Yep.
I've got. Hi, everybody. Hi, AS. Hi, Basil.
He says, hey, he's behind me. So, are you, I know you've told me where you live, but is it close to Nova Scotia? Okay. So, we'll get with Abelis and, okay. Hey, Edith, it's good to see you. All right, I'm going to play this
No,
video. You're not close to Nova Scotia.
no, I'm across the country.
Across the country. Okay. Well, you can give us some ideas about the country that, because I mean, we're in America, things are different. So I'm sure there's a lot that you could help us kind of try to figure out as we try to figure out some
Why am
scenarios.
I?
Like, you might be delayed. I hope you're not.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out and come back in again.
Okay. Carolyn A., good to see you. Carolyn said, I am in Canada. My sister lives near where those children are missing from. It sure doesn't look good. They've scaled back the search. They have. They have. Okay, so I'm going to play this video. This is from Joseph Morris. I have link. He is pinned. His channel link is pinned to the top of the comment section. He is in the description box. Please go give him a like and subscribe. Hopefully he won't mind me playing his video. If he does, he can email me. We can talk. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Community of Lansdowne Station in northeastern Nova Scotia, a chilling mystery gripped the province on May 2nd, 2025, when 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and her 4-year-old brother Jack vanished from their rural home, leaving behind very bizarre details. So as the search enters its 5th day, online sleuths on TikTok found an interview with the children's stepfather, Andrew Martel, peculiar.
You know, they took their boots. That's pink boots for Lily, blue boots for Jack with dinosaurs on them. Lily had her backpack with white, and it was white with strawberries on it.
I like the way he does this, the way he lays it out, and he'll have the interview beside him, and then he's on camera, and you get to see his reaction at the same time. Hey, Anders and Southern Cats. Nova Scotia is on the East Coast. I think it's on the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken. 3 or 4 feedback. Try to close out your YouTube if I don't know if you come on and you had your YouTube on, but try to close it out, or maybe you could maybe try to restart your phone. Yeah, if anybody's from the area and wants to come up, they can. Hey, Sandra. Yeah, I put Inspector BS up. Hopefully it'll be okay.
Imagine now if they're in the woods that it'd be probably brown, but I don't see them carrying their backpack. I don't see them keeping a pull-up one for that long after it got soaked from the very first day. We only found the 2 boot tracks outside of the house.
Whereabouts?
Right beside the house, probably 10 feet away from the backyard.
In the backyard, okay.
Nothing new, other than the helicopters are still in the air.
East Coast, okay.
And they had dogs. They took around the dogs today, and as of last night, they had 8 more drones going on with infrared. I urge the public to come out if you have anything, come out as fast as possible and get it to any detachment or any police service that you have available to get to talk to.
So I do have these interviews, and we're going to go over them and break them down. Basically, please post a map of Canada. Yeah, you guys are telling me they're on the East Coast, so let me do that real quick, because that's easy to do. Hold on a minute. I'll make it where y'all can see it. I apologize for having that wrong. I know I spelled that wrong, but let's try this one. So yes, Nova Scotia. Oh, there we go. Hold on just a minute. Okay, so Nova Scotia is by Halifax, and I remember them talking about that. I was like, okay. Happy Mother's Day for the fur babies and for the mothers of children and mothers of fur babies. Fur baby moms are important too. Okay, Nova Scotia is over here by Halifax, and again, like I was saying, my landlord is from Nova Scotia, and she was telling me that Halifax is a port area, kind of like, LA for California, New York for the East Coast, Wilmington for North Carolina. So unfortunately, like in port cities, there does seem to be more substances, and she said that there is a substance issue there, or there used to be. There in certain parts, substances are bad. I don't know if it's the particular county, which I think is called Picayune. I definitely am saying it wrong, but I'm sure y'all could correct me on how to say it. It's where the TV show Trailer Park Boys take place. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Okay. So there's a map. It's definitely on the East Coast. I was definitely wrong about that. I was thinking it was one of these over here for some reason. And it makes sense because, yeah. All right. So there is Nova Scotia, definitely East Coast. We're going to jump back into this video. And I'm wondering what the TikTokers are finding weird. Mystic says, see the St. Lawrence. That is a trafficking channel used by both the United States and Canada to transport kids and women. Very bad area. So I've also heard rumors about it being kind of bad for trafficking, unfortunately. Mercedes said Halifax is the capital. Oh, there's Abelis. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you were back there for a minute and I didn't see you.
It's okay. I'm good.
Oh, I don't think there's a delay now. Okay. So she said Halifax is the capital, but the entire island is very poor. Interesting.
Can you hear me, AS?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Can you hear me now? Kidding.
Perfect. All right. Awesome.
Jack just absolutely loves bugs, dinosaurs, anything like that. But Lily loves girly things, but she also loves doing everything with Jack. Bugs, they're like best friends, not just brother and sister.
So Sleuths on TikTok pointed out how the stepfather spoke of Lily and Jack in the past tense as if they were already gone. For example, he said, quote, Lily had their backpack and Jack loved bugs. Other sleuths pointed out how he described Lily's strawberry backpack as brown or dirty, which they found was kind of weird to point out. I guess
So, with him using, like saying Jack loved bugs and dinosaurs and Lily loved this and that and the third, using past tense, do you think that that is a red flag, Abelis, or is it more of like the dialect in the area, the way you would speak?
No, I think it's a little bit suspicious to me. I'm not, he
Okay.
he he seems he doesn't he acts strange. I mean, I know people act strange, with different experiences that they go through, but he seems a little weird. I've watched a few of his videos, and then the mom too, but um,
Ye-
yeah,
Okay.
I don't think it's dialect or the way he speaks. I think it's suspicious.
Okay. Okay. Because some people had said, that's the way they talk in the area, but I was like, well, I mean, I think past tense would be a little suspicious regardless
Yeah,
of like even the local dialect.
yeah.
Thank you.
Like I've said, I'm sorry. I've never been to Nova Scotia, and I live across the country from it. So Nino, she might know a little more about it than me. If people said that's his dialect, maybe it is. To me, it doesn't seem to be, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it would be either. I think past tense is past tense, regardless, and it is suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Rubber, good to see you.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you. I should say I can't see chat unless you have the lines up in the video. So I'm sorry, chat. I can't see you guys, but I love you.
oh, you're so sweet. They love you too. Everybody loves your voice. um, Boyle Boyle Tussa, I don't know. I don't know how to say your name, and I apologize if I got it wrong. Said I wasn't sure if it was local dialect, so I appreciate you helping us with all of that. And hello to everybody coming in.
I mean, it could be,
Right. I don't know. I don't think it is. But I mean, because if I'm finding it weird,
fun.
you're finding it weird. I mean, I'm sure people like maybe over in London are finding it weird. Like I think worldwide it's weird to use a past tense. And then you take into consideration that the mother like rolled out immediately. He's
Hmm.
looking and asking for a lie detector test. I think all of these things kind of added together make that suspicious.
Yes, I agree.
Okay. Everybody loves you. You're so sweet.
Oh,
was foreshadowing how she may be found. And Sleuths found it peculiar how he knew particular details about what they were wearing. For example, Jack's blue dinosaur boots, despite claiming he never saw them that morning. These points sparked heated social media debates. I mean, it could be argued that he knew what boots Jack had on because the boots were missing from the home. A CBC News report later quoted Martell saying the children were home from Salt Springs Elementary on Friday, May 2nd, because Lily, quote, had a cough, end quote. And then this reporter goes on to clarify that neither children attended school the entire week of April 28th to May 2nd.
Lily and Jack are
So I've heard that a lot that they didn't have school the entire week, but I think he says that they went their last day was Tuesday or they missed Tuesday. We're going to hear it in this interview, but I think they were there Monday at least.
yeah, I think so too. And I saw a video that the last person outside of these guys to have seen them was their bus driver, the school bus driver.
Yes.
And then after that, nobody has seen them, and that's scary to me because were they gone the whole week? was there time to clean up whatever was done? Are they
Right.
really in the woods? Who knows?
Yeah, it is suspicious. And then, like, the bus driver is the last one to see them, other than supposedly the parents. But they played outside all the time. And then you find out that the backyard is fenced in. So it's not like they could, I mean, what are they going to do? Crawl over the fence and past the
Well,
RV that's in the yard?
the fence. I saw an aerial picture of the house, and the fence. There is a hole in it, and on one side, like a panel taken out, and on another side, the panels are broken. That's what I saw. So if you can find an aerial picture of it, I don't know if this gentleman shows it in his video, but you'll see holes in that fence.
I'm talking away and I'm muted.
Oh,
I apologize.
sorry.
No, you're good. I do have pictures of I have several pictures of like the aerial view and all the things, and I emailed them to myself, but I'm not seeing them, so I'm gonna re-email them to myself, and we're gonna go over that, and we'll look at that. I gotta grab them real quick. I thought I had them.
Good.
Genevieve said, I think past tense references the first 14 days of a missing person is over embellished in observation. They're here and they're not. It's a natural coping response. I could see that. I had a comment highlighted that was talking about the mother was told to leave because the house was dirty. So when the Child Protective Services came, the house was so dirty that she had to leave. And I have an issue with that because if she got in trouble for her house being dirty, then I don't think that she would have the child, the baby. Like, that's my issue with it. Like,
Right.
I think they would have removed the baby and said, when you get the house clean, you can have the baby back. But she left with the baby, from what I understand.
Right. Hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
I found out late that they had a 18-month-old, I think she is, or he or she.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Daniel and I'm not even gonna try to say her name. The mother have an 18-month-old, and she is part of a local tribe. And Abelis sent us a video on how to say it right, so we are gonna listen to that. So if you guys are talking about it somewhere else, we know how to say, um, how to enunciate their tribe. I think that's important. Okay,
Right.
so let me get this, and I'll send myself the pictures.
Awesome kids, very, very kind. They'll talk to anyone. They want to go with anyone. They're just looking to have as much fun as they can.
A spokesperson for the Chignecto Central Regional Center for Education tells us the two children were students at Salt Springs Elementary School. Their stepdad told us they'd both been out sick all week before disappearing on Friday.
So just to recap there, because this raised a lot of red flags, the children were sick all week from school before they disappeared, according to that report. So could you arguably say that that entire week, the only people who saw these kids were the parents? And is it possible that these kids were missing for a lot longer than what the parents reported? Personally, I found it strange the stepfather knew Lily was sick with a cough, but later said they didn't see the kids at all that day. To know your daughter is sick, wouldn't you?
So I had an issue with that too. The children are sick and you're still in the bed at like 9:45 in the morning. But I mean, I think you would know the child was sick from the night before, even if you hadn't seen the child that morning. My issue more so with what they've said and about the children specifically is, how did you know what the child was wearing if you didn't see them that morning?
Right. And how did they know they were playing outside if they were sleeping inside?
Exactly. And then one says that they were playing in the next room and they heard them, and the other one says they were playing in and out and they heard them. So, I mean, that's suspicious to me. Yep.
Yes.
you have had to seen her? So those sort of small details really trip me up. And just to clarify, the stepfather, Martel, and the children's mother, Maleha Brooks Murray, said they did not see Lily and Jack that morning, but heard them moving in the house. So the children's mother, Brooks Murray, told CTV she heard them playing in the next room before drifting back to sleep, insisting her kids, who never wander outside alone, were safely indoors. Yet these two slipped out through a virtually silent sliding back door, which the parents say they can't hear when open, slipping on Jack's dinosaur boots, which Martel said were missing from the front door.
What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep. And they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them. And they happen to just get out that sliding door, and we can't hear it when it opens.
I want somebody to test that. I want to know if the police actually open that sliding door to see if it's silent when you open it, because we have a sliding glass door and it's muddy here, which I assume there's mud, dirt, things like that. And like you can hear, like if there's dirt in it, you can hear the door sliding across the dirt and it'll get kind of stuck. Like that would have to be a oiled door to not make any noise when they open it.
Yeah, I agree. I have one too, and it doesn't matter how clean it is. I can hear it.
Right.
Of course, I'm the one opening it because I'm alone, but still, it's still noisy, you know.
Yeah, it is. The kids are constantly opening ours, and with the door shut, I can hear ours. Tanya, hello to everybody coming in. Tanya, I believe, yes, Tanya asked when the last time they were actually seen. I do believe it was by the bus driver Monday when they got off the bus, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I think too. Monday or Friday, I'm not sure now. Oh yeah, you said they went to school. They went to school on Monday, right? Is that
I
right?
believe so. It was either he said they haven't been in school for a week, but he mentions Tuesday. Like they weren't in school Tuesday. Wednesday was they didn't have school. Thursday they were out, and then Friday they go missing. So that would make me assume that they were there Monday because he says they weren't there Tuesday. That he didn't say
Right.
they weren't there Monday.
Okay. I'm not much help, am I?
No, you're good. No, you're perfect, and I appreciate you being up. Constance said, Abelis, do you speak French? And yes, she does. Very beautifully.
Oh, thank you. Oui, je parle français.
I love it. Yes, I can try to. I'll try to increase my volume a little bit. Yes. Try to turn it up on your phone. But
Oh, mine? Is mine low?
no, Anders was asking if I could turn mine up. I don't know if I can, but I will try.
Can you hear me okay though?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Beautifully.
Oh, thank you.
And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet.
So, I mean, even right there, I'm going to back this up just a little bit. I suppose I'll borrow it from him for right now, but she says they were playing in the next room. I don't know if you wanted to come up, but I saw you back here.
Of course, I want to come up and say
Okay.
hello.
Hi,
Okay.
Hooe.
Hi, Abelis. Hi, allegedly. Hi, chat.
Hi. Good to see you.
Oh, I hate coming up for such a sad case, but I couldn't miss coming up and saying hello to everybody on a Saturday. And happy Mother's Day to you.
Oh yeah, happy Mother's Day, everybody.
Happy Mother's Day, everybody, and happy
You
Mother's Day
too,
to you.
Anders.
Okay, so I'm going to borrow this from him, but she says they were playing in the next room, but then she says they were outside playing, but we didn't know it. Like, but if you didn't know they were outside, how do you know they were outside? Because you haven't found them inside and you're assuming that they were outside because you've looked inside, I guess?
I don't know. It's strange. It's a weird case. It gives me weird vibes, is what it does.
Yes.
I mean, the place is a disaster. It looks like, and then there is that bus in the backyard where the brother lives with the mom. His brother
Yes.
and his mom. Okay.
I'm going to,
Would they hear the children playing outside if they were outside?
I mean, I would think so. Let me see if I can. I'll go ahead and try to pull this up real quick. Um, okay, that's what we want. Okay, that's talking about that's something we're going to talk about in a minute. This is a little blurry, but there's chickens in the back. The stepdad and brother and mother live in this or the stepdad's brother and his mother live in this RV.
Right.
This is the house and this is the backyard, and then we were talking about the fence. That's a better, clearer aerial view of that.
So the place where I saw holes is on the left-hand side, where, yeah, along there. So
Okay.
just, I think, just past the brown roof, underneath the brown roof on the other side of it, I think seems to be a panel missing. And then further back towards towards the house, it looked like there were boards missing out of the fence. So if there is a better picture of that one fence on this left side,
Ah,
we might see more.
okay. Hold on. Oh, it's
I
still
could
there.
be
Okay.
totally wrong. I'm sorry.
No, 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 you're fine. I don't know if I have a better picture. I was trying to get it back up. Ah,
But can you see the shadow of the fence at the top near the
oh, there
house?
we go.
See how there's
Um,
holes there in the shadow of the fence?
oh
You can,
yeah, I see it.
you know
So
what I
right
mean?
here, yeah,
Yeah,
if you look at the shadow, there's panels all right here, but here there are none. So yeah, they could have easily walked out right there, and it looked like this was open too.
right.
And if they came down these steps, I don't know how well guarded this is, if this is an actual fence or not, but they could have easily just come out there or even walked right there.
Hmm.
Wow, that is a great catch, Abelis. I didn't even notice that.
Thank you. And then at
So,
the bottom too, like if you, yeah. Oh no, see, there's panels there.
okay,
But yeah, yeah. So that's what I thought I saw on a different picture.
right.
Those boards missing.
6 and 4 Mystic. If they were
Yeah,
toddlers, yes, there's a 6-year-old, yep.
Jack is 4, the little boy, and Lily is 6.
Mm-hmm. That fence will not keep anyone out, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. And they were old enough to understand the rules, yep. Okay, we'll come back to pictures in just a second and we'll. Oh,
Allegedly, I'm going to duck out. I was just coming to say hi and tell everybody Happy Mother's Day. And I do hope that we keep it respectful in the chat. That's all I'm asking for. So I'll see you guys
yeah,
later.
Bye,
yes,
you.
ma'am. Love you so much and have a good
Love you
Mother's
too.
Day. I'm sure I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Thank you for coming up. Okay.
They happen to just get out that sliding door and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time. And the next thing we knew, it was quiet. And we get up and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, "Do you hear the kids?" And he says, "No." And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children.
So this is Lily and this is Jack. Bella's just told us that one is. I apologize and I feel so bad. I think Lily's 6 and Jack is 4. I could be wrong.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, and again, I do want to say that I am borrowing or using this video from Mr. Joseph Morris. If you guys would please give him a like and subscribe. He is clicked to the top of the chat box right now and in the description box. I don't think they did either, and I'm going to pull
Mm,
up some pictures of the area around there, like the woods and things. Angela said, in my opinion, I'll look for them the rest of my life is problematic to me. How would he know they aren't to turn up? And good morning, everyone. Good morning. I, I,
yeah.
I think, I mean, I think I don't know. I think maybe I can speak in just a second. I'm thinking he's upset and distraught, so he's saying that maybe he'll look for them until he finds them. My thought process right now is that they were both resting or something. Maybe the kids had been sick. She was in the bed with the baby and tired from being up and down all night with the kids if they were sick. And maybe he slept that night and she's like, okay, basically taking shifts, right? As a parent with a bunch of small children, if they're sick, you would take shifts. And so now she's like, okay, I'm going to lay down and I need you to watch the kids for a little bit while I lay down. And, the kids are just in the house. So the dad might be in there beside her, sitting on the bed, scrolling through the phone, watching TV or whatever. And she wakes up or it, gets up for something. Maybe the baby coughed and she realized the kids, she can't hear them. And she asked him and he's like, oh, I don't hear them either. And goes and checks and looks and they're not there. And I think now she's angry with him because he was supposed to be watching them and he wasn't. He was in there and now they got away and she's blaming him and she left. But it's concerning that she did leave because if that was me, I would be like him, jumping over the back fence, searching everywhere. I think he's distraught trying to find the kids because he feels responsible. But
Yeah,
that's,
yeah, that makes sense, Um,
mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, maybe he's nervous too when he's speaking, to the media. I mean, just being up here, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and I think anybody would be nervous speaking to the media. In any case, especially something like this.
Yeah.
Spare time, good to see you. Spare Time said they are not the only children missing in Nova Scotia without a trace. I've heard that actually when they got the dispatch call, there was another child missing or something, and there's a lot that go missing up there, unfortunately, from what I've heard.
Yeah.
Um, So Crackerjack said their closest neighbor said there was a large number of cars a couple of days before. Therefore, there is a possibility of abductions if the parents were recovering from a gathering. And we're going to talk about that. I've got some information on that too. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I heard that too. Sorry.
Mhm. Oh no, you're good. I screen recorded that, so I do have it. And I have an issue with it, and we're going to talk about it. And thank you for everybody coming in.
Hi, everyone.
This is Abelis, our lovely. She is Canadian.
They're
And
so sweet. They talk to
Oh,
anyone.
sorry, love. What'd you say?
oh no, I was just gonna make a joke. It's okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Anders, I've heard that there's a port city of Halifax close by, and methamphetamine does. I've heard that methamphetamine is an issue there from my landlord who is from Nova Scotia. Hey, Malibu, sir. Spare Time said the one in Truro has been missing 5 years. Little Dylan Eller. Oh, we did a case. We covered Dylan Eller's case, and that
Mhm.
case is sad. Oh my gosh, that father has not stopped looking.
Kid.
I know. Yeah, we covered that one several
Yeah.
months back. Duchess for the missing. I'll have to grab her link. She interviewed his father. You guys should check that out. I'll
Hmm.
grab Duchess's link.
One, they'll talk your ear off. They they will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids. I appreciate the huge search effort going on right now. But we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued. Not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been, but just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing. We had people text me saying that they weren't aware, someone else let them know that they were missing, and it would just be nice if everyone could be alerted. We thought maybe that we found tracks, but it's still uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful that they are feeling warm. We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found. We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are definitely verbal, and they do have possible autism, but it's not extreme autism.
So I've heard. Okay. What is an Amber Alert called up there?
Amber Alert.
Oh, it is called an Amber Alert. It's the same
Yeah,
thing. Okay.
it's the
I've
same
heard it
thing.
was
Yeah.
different. Okay, and the autism thing. So, from what I've heard, I haven't been able to verify it, but supposedly their biological father said that they were autistic and nonverbal. She says they're very verbal, and I've heard that the teachers have said that they are verbal, but it's hard to understand what they're saying.
Oh, okay. I
Um,
hadn't heard that. I did, pardon me, I did see a short video of Lily at a birthday, I think, and she's screaming.
yes, I
You
have
saw
that.
that one? Yeah, okay.
Yep, yes, ma'am. Occasionally, Classy said up here in Canada, there's a lot of country and mountain regions without cell service. Alerts don't get sent to all cells, too. Like the other day, the test alert was sent to my husband and not me. Oh, that's interesting. I've heard that there's not a lot of internet service up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's huge, right? You know,
Yeah.
when I travel through BC, I sometimes don't have cell service for a couple of days.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of, from what I understand, from what I've heard, it's a lot of just wide open wilderness that's, you know,
Yeah,
inhabitable, or a lot of people aren't at anyway.
yeah. Most Canadians live within 100 miles of the U.S. border.
Oh,
Most of
wow.
Canada is empty, basically.
Oh, my goodness. I had
Yeah,
no idea. That's
yeah.
so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, those of you who are saying that you need to leave because this is triggering, please do so. You can come back another time. I don't want anybody to get upset. Please protect your peace. Hey, Mrs. O. Mrs. Mo, I'm sorry. I have a Mrs. O and a Mrs. Mo. Oh, I hope your mama gets better, sweetheart. I'll keep her in my
Oh,
thoughts and prayers. I hope she feels better. Okay.
Just they have issues with school, and they don't catch up with the other kids. I just want to remain hopeful. But there's always, in a mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst. Last night was one of the worst nights because I didn't have them in their beds.
So something I just want to point out here is that it seems that both parents are trying to push this abduction theory and stressing that their kids are just very nice kids that will talk to any stranger, kind of painting them out that, you know, they did talk to the wrong stranger and were abducted. I just kind of get the sense that they're both pushing that theory. Also, something that people are pointing out in both of the parents' interviews is that there appears to be no tears here. So I don't know how I would react in this situation, but a lot of people are saying that they would be a lot more hysterical than how she is acting. Despite Brooks Murray's
So I mean, I can understand that, but again, I would say, like he did, that everybody reacts to situations differently. And the stepfather, I mean, he definitely seems distraught.
yeah.
To,
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, he does.
yeah, I was just gonna say, in my opinion, that was all.
Right. Yeah.
Content?
Uh, sorry.
No, you're good, sweetheart. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have seeing her again in her video, I get a better feeling for her, but at the beginning, that video, she bothered me somehow. But now watching it again and again and again, I don't know. It's hard to say, you know.
Right. So, what bothered you, do you think, about her? You don't know?
I think she's not crying. You know, again, like you just said, like everybody acts differently, but she's not crying. She's not. I would be in pieces.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think the not crying issue is, I mean, everybody does react differently, but I would say to myself, even at the same time, you I mean, I would think you would seem a little more distraught than that.
Yeah, I think so too. And when she said, at one point, she said, everybody loves them, and she shakes her head no.
Oh,
I I saw that a couple of times, and that sort of makes me wonder.
right, because she's shaking her head no, in
Mm-hmm,
disagreement with everybody loves them.
mm-hmm.
Interesting. I didn't even notice that, and I appreciate you pointing it out. I think I have another interview with her. When we open up the panel, we'll talk about it again. Um, Joyous just gifted 10 Speculation Station memberships. Thank you so much for that, Joyous N. That was so very sweet and supportive of you, and I really appreciate it.
Nice.
Yeah, those went to Lynn Suter, Aeligos. I don't know how to say that. Dawn Grimes, Justice Bieber, Susan Gelsons, Miss Lavender, 1-800 Fraud Busters, Big Dog Jim, 73, the Kiosk Crew, and David Cool. If you were gifted from Joyous N and you are aware you were gifted, please tell Joyous N thank you. And thank you so much for that, Joyous N. That was so sweet of you. I will grab the crazy train and pick y'all up on the way to Speculation Station.
Choo-choo.
That was the most adorable choo choo I've ever heard in my life, Abelis. You are so cute.
You're funny.
Oh. Southern said even Susan Smith had more emotion and she murdered her kids. That's true.
Mhm.
Plea for an Amber Alert shouting, "I want my babies home" on social media, the RCMP did not issue one as they believe Lily and Jack wandered off into the dense Pictou County woods, not abducted, a stance echoed across reports since no evidence suggests foul play. And I kind of took that ominously, like there's no evidence of foul play, so could the parents require a closer investigation? The very next day, May 3rd, Brooks Murray fled Pictou County to, quote, be with family, end quote, leaving Martell behind, and per a Canadian Press bombshell, blocked him on social media, a move he said left him baffled, muttering, quote, "I don't know why she left," end quote. This fueled whispers of a rift. The RCMP is conducting a detailed search and does not require public assistance.
See, that's very
Hmm.
interesting. She went back to from what I understand, she went back to the reservation where her mother is, and we're gonna talk about how to pronounce their tribe name. And she has the baby, but I don't like it either. I mean, if you blocked him, how are you gonna know if your children are found, and why would you not be in the area where your children are looking for them? That makes me nervous.
Yeah, same here. I mean, it's not a time when you block someone, you sort of put those kinds of emotions away for now for the children. But
Exactly. Exactly. You would, even if you got in an argument, I mean, emotions are going to be high, and I would expect you to get in an argument if I'm in here doing a live stream or whatever, and the kids go missing. I'm going to be arguing with Mr. Speculating and be like, "Why didn't you have an eye on them? Why didn't you watch them?" But we're going to work together to find our children. Like I don't, even you got to put your emotions to the side and put your children's first, and continue to look for them, in my opinion. And I don't like it. I just don't.
exactly.
Yeah, there are tribal police out there, so if she is guilty of something, they could arrest her too.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't like leaving the area where your kids are missing from at all.
But urges residents to check their properties, including sheds, garages, or other places where children might hide. The RCMP says there's no evidence of abduction in the Sullivan case, sticking to the idea that Lily and Jack wandered off. But the fenced yard, silent door, and 5-day absence from school raises chilling questions. Why didn't the parents see their kids slip out? And how did Martell nail Jack's boots so precisely? Why did Brooke Murray ditch town and ghost her partner amid the chaos? As the search enters its 5th day with no backpack, no boots, just a ghostly footprint, Pictou County holds its breath, wondering if the truth is lost in the woods or...
So I'm going to leave that right there. Now, I have some screen recordings from Mr. Joseph Morris here that have since been deleted. I don't know why. I don't know if he found it to be bad information, or I don't know what happened or why he deleted it. But I'm going to play these screen recordings that I have. It's going to be kind of chaotic a little bit because I just screen recorded it. I haven't edited it or anything. I didn't think I would need to, but then he deleted these parts. So it's just like a few things that I was able to get. I don't even know what all I got screen recorded, but this is from Mr. Joseph Morris. Again, he is pinned to the top of the chat section, and he is in the description box. Please give him a like and subscribe. Again, I don't know why he deleted this information. It could be bad information, but we're going to check it out.
Can I ask you a quick question
Yes,
before you
ma'am.
do that, please? Thank you. Do I remember correctly that they had dogs that searched, but the dogs stopped in the driveway? Does that
I've
ring a bell?
I've heard that. I've heard that. I haven't been able to verify it yet. I did gather all of the interviews I could get from the CBC and the Canadian press. I've heard that they did have dogs and they stopped in the driveway, and that at that in the beginning when this case first broke, there were people saying that they saw the children playing by the road at about 10 a.m.
Okay. Thank you.
And yes, ma'am. But I don't know. It's not verified yet, but I think that's what I've heard. Hannah said something isn't adding up here. In my opinion, they reported kid missing many days after they actually went missing. I may be wrong, but my gut says this. You think so? You think they were missing beforehand?
Hmm.
Sometimes people want to leave for their own reasons. I personally found Victoria's case triggering, but I'm here for what I don't. Oh yeah, we don't. Yeah, if you gotta leave, you gotta leave. Like I get it. I've got things. Sometimes I have to leave for reasons that wouldn't seem relevant to most people, but they're relevant to me. Glitter said yes, the dog stopped at the end of the driveway, but the parents said the kids were playing out back. Thank you for that. Right?
All right.
Okay. So this is probably again going to be a little chaotic. These are screen recordings from Mr. Joseph Morris. Please give him a like and subscribe.
Tuesday. I mean, could the parents have been buying time to clean up their story after what went down at this party? Now the mother's Facebook video is the only one she posted on her Facebook before she deleted her whole account after her children went missing.
This is going to be very loud. There is a child that is screaming at the top of her lungs. So
Yeah,
I want to
that's
give you a minute to turn your volume down for your earbuds and things. Sorry,
and
go ahead, love.
that's Lily screaming.
Yes, ma'am.
Apparently.
And yes, and they say that she is autistic. Some people say they're nonverbal. Some people say they are verbal. It's up in the air. But yes, I think she's screaming because of the possibility of autism, and she's excited. It's a birthday, but
Right.
she will be screaming. So, Anders, yes, there is a footprint that's by the house. I think it's one footprint, kind of beside the house or in the backyard, if I remember correctly. And I think, I mean, I could, if I'm assuming that might be why he thinks that the boy Jack has those boots on because he saw a fresh boot print from him, but it could have been a couple of days old. I don't know. It's all questionable.
Right.
Mystic said, okay, now we need to know which reverse. I know of some grandfathers taking their granddaughters for their own, and all culture allows it. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I haven't heard.
No.
Even if yeah, I'm gonna back away from that line real fast. Like I don't know. Not part of that culture. But we'll talk about how you pronounce it, and I don't. Yeah, I just yeah, I don't even wanna. That's not good. Okay.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Lily, stop, honey.
Let it go.
Oh. Yay! Yay!
I love it when she's so adorable when she says yay. It's so cute.
But you know what? I just thought with a scream like that, if she was lost in the woods, somebody would hear her.
Yep. And that was concerning to me too, because if she screams like that, like again, I understand that this is like, everybody's happy and excited, but if that's something she does, and especially if that's like kind of how she communicates, or if that's normal for her, I would think she would be outside. Like when she's outside, she would be screaming like that a lot. And so I don't know. That's kind of weird for me because especially if somebody was to grab you, like
Yeah. And especially if they are on the spectrum, they may not like to be touched by other people.
Right.
So if she doesn't like to be touched, she's going to scream and somebody's going to hear it. I don't care what coma you're in. When a little child screams like that, you're going to wake up.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And I was talking to my landlord again, and she pointed out that if if these children are autistic, more than likely they're wearing a wet pamper. That pamper is going to come off pretty much immediately because most of the time that stuff would like make them irritable. They wouldn't like the wetness on them. They don't like how it feels. Just giving a generalized, thing. And
Yeah,
I would think you would find the pamper at least close by the house because they would have took that off or in the house. I mean, especially if it's wet from the night before, I would think that would be pretty local to where they like got up or went out the door at, in my
that's
point,
right.
because they
And
don't like that stuff.
right. And dogs would smell that, you
Mm-hmm.
would think too.
Right.
Ah,
Veronica said that high pitched scream would definitely be heard sleeping or not. Exactly. You think so? Mm.
no.
I hope not.
Everybody's awake. Happy birthday! Say happy birthday.
In earlier interviews, Malaya Brooks Murray, the mother, mentions both kids are on the spectrum. And you can clearly hear Lily screaming in this video. A commenter wrote, kids with sensory issues surely wouldn't be out in the woods for long before they got uncomfortable and wanted to come home.
I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
To their 18-month-old baby after they stopped
Like I said, it's going to be kind of chaotic because it's just the screen recordings I had that I threw together.
hearing
That's
their
good.
children in
Do what?
Oh, sorry. No, I just said it's good. It's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Again, this is from Joseph Morris. Please give him a like and subscribe. He's in the comment section and description box.
the home, they realized that their children actually disappeared. That's when the 911 call went out at 10 a.m. But the dispatch says the kids were last seen at 8 a.m., which is a conflicting report.
In the bedroom, we called this morning, and they haven't been seen since then. I need to get a good statement and figure stuff out.
The dispatcher said that he was told they were last seen at 8 a.m. So the stepdad told Global News on May 7th that he estimates it took them up to 20 minutes to notice the two children were gone Friday morning. So that's around 9:40 a.m. because they said that they called the police at 10 a.m. So there's about an hour and 40 minutes discrepancy between the two reports.
So that's weird to me, and I think 20 minutes is just like a generalization. I think it could have been a lot longer, because like if you're saying, okay, when's the last time you saw them, and you're saying if you were both asleep or both not in the room and you fell asleep, a generalized answer would be about 20-30 minutes, I would think, like
right.
not specific. So I think it could have been a lot longer than that, like an hour and 40 minutes that they'd actually been missing instead of like 20 minutes.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Especially since they're trying to, it seems to me like the way they describe things and say certain things, they're trying to cover up for like the fact that they play outside. Like they're like, we would have heard the door open and we always watch them when they're outside. But then in another interview, he says we have to fuss at them and remind them to shut the door. But
Right.
if you're reminding them to shut the door, that's because you're not out there with them. So which is it? Like, I think that, 20, I think it could have been more like an hour and 40 minutes, and they're saying 20 minutes to try to make themselves look like they weren't so lax with things.
Yeah, a
If
little
that
bit
makes
better. Yeah.
right. If that makes any sense.
It does.
Okay.
The stepdad was brought back in for questioning. The RCMP is scaling back the search, saying there's a low chance Lily and Jack are still with us. The major crime units are now involved calling it suspicious, but it wouldn't comment on if there's foul play. Cadaver dogs might be next. The stepdad told the Globe and Mail, "My story has been consistent. When you tell the truth, it's always consistent," end quote. Prior to this questioning, tensions flared when Malaya Brooks Murray and her mother, Cindy Murray, confronted Daniel Martel outside their home, holding him responsible for the children's disappearance. Malaya has since left Lansdowne Station to stay with her mother in another part of the province and has blocked Martel on social media. Sleuths, though, are side-eyeing a scratch on the stepdad's face in his recent interviews. Then there's the stepdad's brother, either.
So, this scratch on him, I personally don't think it's very relevant. I think that maybe he could have got it like searching in the woods, especially if you're frantic and you're searching and there's tree limbs everywhere. I mean, I have scratches all over me from being in the woods a lot. I don't think I think he genuinely like was supposed to be watching the kids, probably wasn't. They go missing and he's freaking out. He feels responsible. She's mad because he was supposed to be watching the kids and she leaves. I really believe that, but it could be something more nefarious.
Yeah, I agree with you about the scratch on his face. I also noticed, I don't know if it's his hand holding a phone. There's a picture of a hand, it seems to be a male's hand holding a phone showing pictures of the children. And that hand seems to have thorns in it and scratches and things. So I don't know if it's him, but if, like you say, if he went in the woods and there was a hurricane in 2022 that went by and a lot of trees fell down in that area. And so they were saying that the bush is even more bushy than it used to be. And so if he's going through branches and thorns and things, he would be scratched. So that doesn't, to me, the scratch on the face doesn't really mean much at this point.
Right. And yeah, I think the hand holding the phone was his hand, and it would make I didn't even notice the thorns and things in it, and that makes sense to me too because he's frantically searching the woods.
Yeah, if you see it, look at his thumb on the right side, and then on the left side of the phone also I noticed a couple of things. It looks like splinters or thorns or
Yeah,
small scratches or something.
it does to me too. Yes, ma'am.
The
Yes,
stepdad's
Corey, it's the
face
same
in his.
guy. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good. I answered her in chat. Yes, it's the same guy.
Hey, chat. I miss
His
you.
recent interview.
I appreciate you coming up with us today.
Sorry.
Interviews. Then there's the
You're good.
stepdad's brother, either Justin or Ralph Martel. It's still not been confirmed, but the brother is living on the property in this trailer with his mother. And here is the stepdad's brother, Justin, searching for the children on an ATV and looks surprisingly relaxed. Like this caught some sleuths off guard. Like, why is he just kicking back and relaxing when those children are missing? And sleuths have discovered that one of his brothers, who may be the one living in the trailer, we don't know yet, Ralph, has a rap sheet. So in 2023, the RCMPs got a warrant out for him over some messy relationship drama. And the charges are pretty severe. Sleuths have also dug up that.
Okay.
Hmm.
I've heard about this, the brother and his charges. Okay. His charges are assault with a weapon, assault, and 11 counts of failure to comply with conditions of a release order. Now, I don't think there's nothing specifically against children.
Right.
He appears to have an anger issue, and if the child is screaming at the top of her lungs and he's getting frustrated and upset and trying to rest, if it is the same brother, maybe. But
Good point.
I mean, as relaxed as he is here, if that person had something to do with it, then I don't think he'd be that relaxed at all. I
Right.
think that he'd be very much more up in arms. Like, it's concerning that that he is so relaxed. So I definitely don't think that he's involved personally.
Makes sense. Yeah.
dug up that a known predator who is high risk was recently released just 10 minutes away from their property. And get this, the dispatch call mentioned a strange bald guy around 50 years old with a mustache lurking nearby, and someone dialed 911 over this suspicious character.
There's called the 911 from a Karen's on a cow.
Oh, it ended there. I think that's when I decided to ask if I could use his video. But yeah, there had been a 911 call that went in saying that there was a suspicious guy in the area that was like meandering around, which was really weird.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen the aerial picture of the area. It's just bush, basically.
Right.
Forest. So where did this guy show up from? Was there a vehicle too, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I would think that I don't know. We're actually gonna look at hold on a minute. Mr. Speculating. Can you shut that door for me, please? And
Hi,
thank you.
Mr. Speck.
They're saying hello to you. So yeah, in that area, actually, I'll go ahead and go back to. Oh, it's only going to show this one. Okay. Well, it kind of shows a map of like where the next house is. I'll pull it up because it references what we're about to talk about with this. And I would think that you would see a car in the area unless they like pulled off in the cut somewhere. But it's weird to me with it being so rural and everything so spaced out that there was even a person in the area.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, that is weird, and I didn't even think about it until you pointed that out. So this comment was on Facebook, and a lot of people are pointing this out. So I'm going to read this to you, and it says, "They live 500 feet from me, eh? I didn't even know the kids lived there at all. I thought it was a drug house. There's always cars there, and it's so odd to me, but I can't remember clearly if it was Wednesday or Thursday, but there was so many cars there on that particular day that the driveway was full and a car was even parked on the side of the main road. It was like 2 p.m. at the latest. I remember driving past, judging them, thinking how they were probably in their shack, in there sharing a pipe or whatever. And then boom, Friday, this all comes out." And there's another.
So
Okay.
he's not talking about the police and people searching, right? This is before they were reported missing.
Yes, this would have been Wednesday or Thursday. So this would have been right before they went missing. But I have some problems. Number one problem is he says 500 feet. You don't use feet, right? It's meters, correct?
Well, we use both. I mean, we still, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not unusual.
Okay. So that was my main problem with it. Now, this is just somebody on Facebook. It could be my next door neighbor for all we know. They could know nothing about it, or they could be telling the truth. I don't know. So take it with a grain of salt.
Right. Yeah, no, the feet, we use feet and meters and miles and whatever. Whatever is handy.
Right. Okay. So I did have this to kind of validate it though. Okay, this one will show it. I don't know why it wouldn't pull up all of my pictures. Okay. So
there you go.
Yes. So if this is true, somebody on the internet kind of looked at it and said, okay, about the next neighbor down is a 6-minute walk or 450 meters, which would be about 500 feet. So if this neighbor if it's true, it does match up with maybe what this neighbor would have been saying, because this is the house.
So sorry to correct you. 450 meters. That's 450 yards.
Oh, okay.
So, so a meter has 3 feet, about over 3 feet in it, or is 3 feet, just over 3 feet. I think, I don't remember exactly, but it's about 450 yards. When you see a meter,
Okay.
equated with a yard. It's not exact, but it's pretty close.
Okay, okay, thank you. And no, don't say sorry. I would like for you to correct me if I'm wrong. Please
Yeah, I'm
correct me.
Canadian. I'm always sorry.
Oh, don't say that.
We always say sorry for everything. Sorry, I said sorry.
No. You're funny. Okay, and then there's pictures of the house. I was gonna, yeah, now it does it. And this person said on Facebook, it's by anonymous participant, and it says April Van Snick. The mother has already been drug tested and removed from the home. The Royal Canadian the RCMP and Department of Community Services and Child Protective Services strongly recommended that she leave the dwelling. Drug paraphernalia was located inside the home along with one of the vehicles. I cannot speak on who owned the vehicle or what exactly was found, but I can confirm that drug paraphernalia was located at the residence. The mother and baby were removed to a secure location away from this property. I don't know if that's true or not either. I don't know how somebody on just out here posting on Facebook would know that information, honestly.
Yeah,
It could be.
could be. But then
Yep.
would that mean, let me read it again. Would that mean that the mom would not own that drug paraphernalia? The way they say it, the way she is removed to a secure location. So would that mean that it's his maybe and not hers, that she wouldn't know about it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't make sense because, yeah, if there's drug paraphernalia located in the house and child protective services are there, I mean, maybe like they would say, okay, let me drug test you to see whose this is. And she passed and then she was able to keep the kids. But I don't see, if they located drug paraphernalia, I don't see her being able to leave with the child. I think they would take the child into custody.
Yeah, they might take her into custody too.
Right. Okay, so I did drop the link if anybody wants to come up. I'm going to open the panel now. And I will pull up some more
Come on down.
I will pull up some more interviews from the CBC and Canadian Press for us to go through. Okay. So okay, so this is okay, so the mother left and went to her
I know they took their boots.
hold on, sorry. The mother left and went to her mother's reservation. She's with her mother evidently on a reservation. And this is how you say the name of their tribe.
I want to clarify something. This gets asked all the time, how to pronounce my people, my culture, and it's a lot of people. I grew up with being called Micmac, and I knew it wasn't right. That's the way it was spelled in all the history books in school. That's how my teachers said it. It's actually pronounced Mi'kmaq. It's spelled M-I-K-M-A-Q, and the
So it's pronounced Mi'kmaq.
Right.
And that's her tribe. Maria, oh, you got back. You gotta close your YouTube, Mercedes. Real quick, Maria, I saw that it was your birthday yesterday, so I will play the birthday song for you, even though it's a day late. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Abelis said happy birthday to you too. Happy birthday, Maria. I'm sorry. I keep cutting you off, Abelis, and it's good to see you, Mercedes. I'm not used to having people up, so if I cut you off, just talk over me. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm gonna play the rest of this video, and then we'll watch some of. I've got also the dispatch audio from Plunder, so we'll listen to that next.
the Q on the end makes a guttural sound, like you're trying to clear phlegm from your throat. So it's migama. Another way to pronounce it that's accepted is migma. Many people can't make the guttural sound, so it's generally just migma, like M-I or M-E-E-G-M-A-H. But the proper pronunciation is migama. Please don't call us Micmac. We were called Micmac Indians. We're not either of them. We're not Micmac and we're not Indians. And it was offensive then, and it's still offensive now. And I know that a lot of people do not mean to, but I'm just trying to educate so it doesn't happen anymore. So, okay. Well, Ellen,
On the backpacks without
Okay, so I appreciate Abelis for sending that to me, and thank you so much for that. And I think it's important that we know how to say that. Anders, yes, he's tribal. So up here we have, I call her Mercedes, and we have Abelis and me. It's good to see y'all. Mercedes, can you hear me? Oh, she muted again. Okay. All right.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
My phone, my internet has been acting up all day.
Oh, no.
Hello to both of you. Allô,
Hello,
madame, ça
Nino.
va?
Oui, merci. Et toi?
Ça va bien, merci. Merci pour m'inviter.
Y'all are so cute. I love it. Okay. I appreciate y'all being up here. I just wanted to reiterate that. And again, I apologize if I cut anybody off. Just tell me to shut up. I don't mean to. I apologize for that.
I'll be completely honest. I don't, I mean, I'm aware of the case. I don't know too much about it. I know a lot about the socioeconomic standard of living of Nova Scotia and the conditions under which this would have happened. But the case itself, I have to label myself as pretty ignorant because it's too sad. So I've been kind of sort of avoiding knowing too much. A few years ago, there was another little boy in the same area who also disappeared or went missing, and they only found his boots. So the consensus was that it was the water. He fell in the waters at some point and they never found him. So the fact that we're on day 7, 6, 7, 8 with these two kids. Yeah.
Was that Dylan you were talking about?
Yeah, I think it was Dylan.
Yeah.
Yes, the little 3-year-old. Yeah.
I have a quick tangent for 1 second. Anders asked if the gentleman was tribal, but I don't know if Anders meant the gentleman in the video, who of course was, or if Anders meant Daniel, the boyfriend. So I don't think he is part of a band.
My understanding is that it was her father.
Right.
So the children's grandfather, the children's maternal grandfather is
Aboriginal,
is Native, and by default they are.
Okay,
right,
so yeah.
right. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, that makes sense. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no! All I was gonna say was that all I knew was that her family was, so that she went back to the reservation, and that's supposedly where she's at with the baby, with her family, who is part of that, who is Aboriginal. I didn't mean to cut you off, love.
Yeah, no. I keep just jumping in. Sorry.
No, you're fine. You're good, sweetheart.
I was muted too for a minute, so.
Okay. Marie said, so maybe they just walked down the road for about a mile and then went into the woods. Maybe. I would think that
Yeah, honestly, that's the sense that I get, because
if this is where the children grew up, they're familiar with the area. To us, it might look like a bunch of hazards and safety concerns, and it's like it might not look like the most ideal place, but if this is where the children grew up, like this was their playground. Yeah, I think with the weather conditions that we've had, like it makes everything harder and worse, and the ground is more unstable, and it's just easier. It's just easier for accidents to happen. So a riverbank that normally during the summer would be stable and secure, and the kids are used to running to it to skip rocks or whatever, around this time of year, it's not going to be as stable and secure. It's going to do what nature does. So like that's something that like some people might not understand, is that up until very recently, we were still getting snow. Like we were still getting snowstorms. And these provinces, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, Labrador, Newfoundland, they're all maritime provinces. So they get the worst of it because they're right there in the ocean. They're just like little islands. And they get the worst of it, and they get the first of it. So we were still getting snow, and I'm in a big city. So yeah, it's even worse for them.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
Wow. Yeah, kind of like I don't know. Speaking of hurricanes specifically or storms, like usually here they come up and they'll hit Florida and then they'll come and hit North Carolina and go back out. So like Florida gets the worst of everything first because it's
Mhm.
down there closest.
And then that area gets the end of it a lot of times too. The hurricanes that come up from Florida and your area, and then they come up to the east coast of Canada as well.
Yeah.
Some of them, not all of them, but some of them.
Wow, I didn't know that. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, but by the time
from you. Yeah.
by the time we get them, they're not hurricanes anymore. They're just strong winds.
Storms, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I'm sure they could do a lot of damage. Hey, Revival, thank you for being thumbs
They
up, number
do.
76.
Yeah, the one in 22, what was it called? Because it did ravage the Nova Scotia in that area.
Oh, they mentioned it several times, but
Yeah.
I can't recall off the top of my head. I'm
Yeah,
sure
I
they
don't know
mentioned it.
which one it was. But a lot of trees fell, and so making things even worse than usual. And as Scott said, like with the weather this time of year, it's just a mess.
Right. Thinking about the kids like in the woods, where I live at right now, there's 10 acres and the kids are like they roam all over the place. And I'm thinking about them. I have to tell them, not to go so far, especially like in the fields that surround us because people could be out there hunting and they're always in the woods building forts. My youngest, she likes to go with me when I get medicinal herbs. She's amazing. She's the one I've referenced as being neurodivergent, but she can like point out trees and say, oh, this is this tree, and this is this tree, and this is this plant, and this is this plant, and this is this mushroom, and you can eat this, and you can't eat this. She's amazing with that stuff. But they're always in the woods, and I'm thinking if, like, sometimes they do go a little bit too far, and I'm like, hey, you can't go that far, you got to come back. And I'm wondering with these kids, exploring, maybe they could have went too far, but I would think that with all the searchers that have been out there, they would have found them by now, no matter how
Yeah.
far they went.
One
Is
thing
there,
that always, sorry, Nino, go ahead.
No, Vezi.
I was going to say one thing that always worries me is hidden wells in the woods, because in some areas there used to be a house or a farm, and now it's gone, and the well stays, and it's not covered properly. Nobody knows it's there, or caves even.
Right. Yeah, that's concerning.
Are they is their home located near water? For some reason, I thought that it was near a river or stream, or for some reason I thought it was near water.
Yeah, I think there is a fairly large lake, Lansdowne
Okay.
Lake, I think I saw on a map. It's not too far, but
All
I mean,
right.
it's not too far from me with my eyes looking at an aerial picture. That doesn't mean a little child can walk through it. But somebody mentioned that the RCMP were looking in that lake.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's I don't know how to say that, but
Gerlach,
let's
Gerlach,
Gerlach. Okay.
Gerlach. Yeah,
I think you sent me that. So let's
yeah,
pull
I
up a
sent you
map.
that. Yeah.
Gairloch.
It's a very Scottish. There's a lot of Scottish names in that area. There were a lot of Scottish settlers,
Really?
right, Nino?
Yes. Yes. It's a very diverse area. As Nova Scotia was actually one of the first, when slaves would escape from the U.S., Nova Scotia was the first, was the stop on the Underground Railroad. They would arrive to Nova Scotia and then disperse from there. So it was like the first receiving place.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
So it used to be settled by the French, and then the British came and threw out the French, and the French called it Acadia, and these Acadians ended up going to Louisiana and becoming Cajuns. Cajuns.
Oh,
See how that
okay.
works?
Yeah, that's really interesting. I know my fiance or Mr. Speculating has a lot of Cajun in him.
Oh, cool.
And he talks about that too, like the French Cajun and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if this is like I can't zoom in for whatever reason. I was trying to find the lake specifically, but I'm not seeing it. I don't know if y'all can even let me see if y'all can see. Yeah, y'all can see
But the
that.
thing is, like at this time of year, because like everything is like the snow's melting, and then on top of that, we're also getting a lot of rain. Like we've been under flood warnings for like 2 weeks, but where there isn't a lake, it very easily becomes a lake temporarily. So that's
Yeah.
the issue, is that like ground that is usually solid becomes muddy. It becomes like it becomes hungry. It'll eat a child. Like it'll, if it's not the place for children to be playing alone, but
No,
who knows?
especially that little.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that with all the snow melt. Yeah, I bet it is like really wet and yeah, bad.
So the lake is I can't. It's so tiny on my
I
phone,
know.
but the red dot in the middle. The lake is up and to the right, I think. I'm not sure. I can't see.
Yeah.
It's not a
Okay.
small lake. Like it's quite a big body of water.
Yeah, I don't know how to zoom in either. Hold on, let me shut this door because I'm sure well, I'll play the video when we shut the door.
I mean, there's so many lakes in Canada.
This might be it because there's something blue here and it's only as big as my mouse. My mouse is covering it, but that does appear to be possibly a lake right here that I'm circling.
I wish I could. Is there a way to?
I
Sorry,
don't know how.
I'm trying to make my screen bigger.
Yeah, me too. I can't. I just
there we
see that.
go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, okay. So I think this is the lake right here. Right here.
Where's your mouse? I can't see your mouse.
Okay. So if you see the E where it says Lansdowne, where the E is and Lansdowne goes straight up. Or maybe this one. Hold on. Let me try to. Is that a lake? No. Right here in the middle, that blue. Let me see if y'all can see. Oh, you can't see what I'm looking at. Hold on. Okay, how did I do it?
Above the curve, is that the lake? The curve
Yeah,
of the road
kinda.
up and to the left of the red dot.
Let
Oops.
me see. Um, let me see. Hmm. I don't know. It's not letting me share it. Dang it. Like I'm even trying entire screen. I'm going to try to share this entire screen, but it might echo. Hopefully it
Ooh,
won't. Um, okay, let me see if y'all can see it. No, you can't. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I can't. Dang it, that sucks. So if you on this map, like over here where it says Gerlach Road, like where the road is, if you go over, there's like a blue right here.
right.
I don't know if you can see my mouse, and then there's blue up here. So I'm thinking one of these two might be the lake.
Okay.
Because when I try to zoom in, I don't know if you can see me now. Let me see which one. I don't. Ugh, this is aggravating. Like I'm so aggravated because I can't show you, but I know it's small. I'm gonna do it on this map and then I'll do it on the next one. So right here or right here, like up above Landown Station, if you go
Right.
straight up from Landown Station and straight over from Gerlach, there's a little itty bitty blue right here, and then there's a big blue up here.
Mm-hmm.
On
That
this
could
one,
be,
it's
yeah.
right here or right here. I'm thinking that could be the lake.
Right.
Okay.
So, where is their house on that map? You know, I don't think it's
No,
the red dot.
um, I don't know. I think that's the road. So let's see. I wish I had Google Maps on here, but I don't think I do. Hmm. That's two new possible sightings. That's the home.
But
Is this?
bottom right, there is a, what's that?
This is Sullivan County Park and Lake. So that is the lake, but I don't know in reference to where the house is where it would be. That might just be pulling up because their last name is Sullivan.
Mm-hmm. Right.
This says possible sighting, and this is by a lake. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna. I mean, we got pictures
Yeah.
of the house, but I don't know how far the pond is or lake
Yeah.
area.
I mean,
Unfortunately.
we know there is one there, at least one.
Yeah. So we'll go with that. There's at least one there that they could be in. And I mean, they said that divers were searching the lake in the area, but that nothing had been found
Right.
so far. Marinette has a question. Okay, let me try to find it. I'm scrolling. Okay, can someone confirm that info, please? Let me see. There is a TikToker that posted he found the kids and they are safe. Okay, so let me see if we can find something.
Mm. I'm going to mute for a second.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Mm, 3 days, 6 days, 4 days. I'm not seeing anything yet. Let me try found. I'm not seeing anything.
Well, that would be awesome if they found them.
Yeah, that would be
hopefully
fantastic.
safe.
I'm not seeing anything yet. If they did find them, it will probably come out while we're live, so I'll keep checking. I have got to go potty real quick, but I'm going to play this. This is the audio of the dispatch call. I mean, I hope it's true too. That would be, sir, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The RCMP hasn't released anything yet. Like, I'm not seeing anything on their website.
Oh, thank you for checking.
So I don't know.
Margaret said, "Sir Keith is his name, and he is a he's a close neighbor. So we'll keep an ear out. I haven't heard anything yet. Yeah, my concern is like content says sometimes they push misinformation. So I would be I would wait just a minute. She said apparently Sir Keith is the guy that found them. That would be interesting and so fantastic if it's true. I'm
Mm-hmm.
definitely going to keep an ear out and see if we hear anything. My concern is that TikTokers do unfortunately spread misinformation sometimes. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll definitely make sure I'm checking my phone about every 30 seconds to see if they are found, and that would be phenomenal and miraculous. That would be so amazing.
Definitely.
Okay, so I'm gonna play this. This is dispatch audio. This is from Plunder True Crime. I'm gonna play this and step away for just a second, and I'm going to go ahead and drop her link, maybe, in the chat box. Oh my goodness, I don't know why he has that so loud.
This might be where I saw the hole in the fence in that
Okay.
picture. We'll see.
Okay, so I just dropped Plunder's link. I know a lot of you are subscribed to her, but if you have not, please give her a like and subscribe. Um, and if you haven't already, yeah, I'll definitely let you know if it's a lie or not. If I can find anything, I'll definitely let you know and keep you updated. All right, I'll be right back. Again, this is Plunder. Please give her a like and subscribe. This is dispatch audio from that day.
Those pieces of cloth, that's what you and I went and with the dog yesterday there from the family you brought us up there. We walk up the gas pipeline trail there, and there's definitely some child-sized footprints in the mud here that are still visible. They're a bit eroded from the heavy rain, but they're still visible. So, not sure if you'd like us to continue on up the trail or what you'd like to do. Over.
This is Colchester Base calling the K-9 unit tasked to investigate the blanket. Do you copy? Over.
This is Bravo 3. I was with Kilo 2 like 3 seconds ago. He went towards the main road there. We're done at that site. The dog didn't get a track or anything like that. Bravo 3 sees the blanket. Halifax Command, copy on the drone team. I got a point of interest for you. Two key signatures by the water source. Read you off coordinates. Hey, go ahead. But your team's looking at there's two figurines of swans sitting there, painted black, and they must have picked up heat.
I'm here.
Do we know if any of the kids had like stickers on their backpacks? We found a little shiny star sticker over here by a bridge. Over. Stand by. That's someone couldn't answer. Stickers with strawberries. You say you found a star? Yeah, it's like a holographic little star over.
Where are little Lily and Jack Sullivan? That's the question many people are trying to answer, and many people have been working so hard over the past week to discover. Supposedly these little ones, these 4 and 6-year-old children, went missing, allegedly.
Okay, so here, like Abelis was saying, you can see really well how there's no fencing. The planks are missing right here on the fence, so they could easily just walk out through there, but there is a fence of some sort here.
Mm.
Interesting.
Italy.
I wonder if the mother said that or the police. So occasionally Classy said, hold on, let me scroll. Where is it? Okay. She said, I just seen a post on TikTok saying the father isn't allowed to see the baby. He told the press he's asking to see the baby and he's not allowed. Um, I don't know if that's true. If it is true, it wouldn't surprise me honestly because they evidently got into some type of argument before she left and she took the baby and left. So it wouldn't surprise me to hear that she's not allowing him to see the baby because she's emotional and frustrated, especially with him evidently at the moment. So I mean, it very well could be true. I haven't verified it.
The way this is playing out publicly is so reminiscent of the other case with the little girl, Tori Stafford, how the parents were constantly arguing online. And it was just, oh, like it was so, it just takes away from where the focus should be. But
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Awful case too. My
yeah,
goodness.
the way they're just taking to the public, and it's like they're just spilling out like information that I'm sure the police have told them, like, don't, or I don't know. I just find that like, because I've read so many articles where the information comes directly from the people that are being interviewed. It's not even like police statements. So the people being interviewed are the people that are involved, the parents, grandparents, neighbors, whatever. So it's like, man, really, like, give these kids a chance. Just,
And
yeah.
the thing was too, with Tori's case, the parents had nothing to do with her disappearance.
Exactly. And it's just like, it took away because it's like, you see that kind of dysfunction. So automatically, like you think, oh yeah, the case solved. The parents had something to do with this. And they didn't. It was a completely unrelated. So it's like, you're deterring like the attention and the focus away that is so vital in the beginning, especially. And now you're putting it on yourself for what?
Right.
Because you can't control yourself. Like,
Yep.
yeah. Like personally, I don't think the parents. I mean, this is just my own opinion. I don't think the parents had anything to do. I think they were just not as watchful as they should have been. And these kids woke up early or whatever, and they went out, which is probably their routine. They played and they went where they weren't supposed to, and they got in trouble, and now that's it. A week later, like a week later, I mean, it would have to be a miracle if they're still alive.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I don't think the parents had anything to do with it either. Like she said, I think if anything, that maybe they just weren't as watchful as maybe they should have been. And I think that maybe he was supposed to be watching them when they disappeared, and now she's upset because he wasn't watching them as closely as he should have been. And because I mean,
I'm sure there were like there's other dysfunctions in the relationship. So I like this.
Yeah.
It probably isn't. It's probably not. It's probably not just because of the kids. It's probably a whole list of things, but it's playing out publicly. So
yeah,
it's just making it look even worse and worse for the parents, because it's like, how in the world can you be responsible for children when you can't even control your mouth?
right. I mean, yeah, I get that. But yeah, I mean, thinking about it, I'm guilty of it too. I'll let the kids play outside a lot because there's nobody. I mean, we're on 10 acres. We're surrounded by fields, not, unmonitored or anything, but I mean, I should probably not be so lax about it. I mean, you think that you're out in the middle of nowhere and they're safe, and sometimes they're not. To be clear, my children are not in danger or anything. They just play outside a lot, and because I'm just saying, because like I let them go in the woods to build forts and things because there's nothing around, and it makes you feel safer, but it's not necessarily.
Well, it's healthy to do that, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I mean, my generation, we were the street like kids.
Me
Like
too.
we had to come
Exactly.
in when the street light. And when I think about the things we used to do when we were kids, I don't know how we survived and how
I
more of
know.
us didn't die. But that's a part of being a kid, right?
Yeah.
However, these kids just recently left babyhood. Like these were babies. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like, okay, I get it. Okay, let them out. Like, but wasn't it a school day? Weren't they supposed to be getting ready for school when this
Yeah, and
happened?
they Yeah,
You know?
and they were sick. So I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I don't let mine play outside when they're sick. Mine are older too. Mine are a lot older. I don't have any small ones, little ones or
Yeah.
anything.
So to me, it seems like a lot of decisions were made or not made. That was more for the convenience and comfort of the parents. So like, oh, you're sick. Okay. All right. You're staying home. Yeah, go get some fresh air. Or I
Yeah.
mean, obviously they probably didn't even ask. They probably woke up before the parents and, just went out because that's what kids do. And
Yeah.
they had probably done it 100 times before, but something this time must have caught their attention. Maybe they saw a deer, who knows? Like,
Right.
and then they go after it and yeah, like
Or a bunny.
Yeah.
who knows? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember those commercials. Angelina, she was pointing out that there did used to be a commercial that would come on and it would say it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? Like they did. They had to remind parents to look for children. I mean, yeah, I remember it very much.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
gone all day. I mean, on our
Hmm.
bicycles too. So you can go
Oh yeah.
miles on a bike.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
we went to areas we weren't supposed to.
Oh yeah.
We went to the areas we were told not to because as soon as you
Down,
tell us not to, that makes it even more appealing. But
Yep.
definitely down by the
you
river
know,
in Winnipeg.
I would get out on my bike, and I would go like 2 counties over
Oh
sometimes
my
because it
God.
was like the way the counties were, it was like where 3 counties met in like a maybe 10-mile radius. And I would ride
Wow.
those 10 miles, but I would go over like 2 counties to my friend's house, like way out. Shouldn't have been doing that.
yeah. No, but I mean, we survived, right? So
Yeah.
unfortunately, I don't
Yeah.
think this adventure is going to end in survival. So,
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't know. Like, I kind of feel bad. I do feel bad for the mother because she's obviously young. Um, 20 years from now, she's going to process this very, very differently because,
Yeah.
20 years from now, you're at a different maturity level. And it's just, yeah.
How old are
Yeah.
the adults? Do we know the
Um,
parents?
I've heard that he's in his 30s. I'm not sure what, I think he's like early 30s. Somebody was asking that, and I think she's in her 20s and he's like 30. So
Yes.
pretty
Okay.
young.
Yeah.
And Lily and Jack are not his kids. They're the children of Jim Sullivan. Is that right?
I didn't know their father's name. It sounds correct to me.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I've heard the parents say they're nonverbal, and then she said they are verbal, and then teachers at school said that they speak, but you can't understand really what they're saying.
Right. And the little one, the 18-month-old, that's Daniel's kid, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, this is I skipped through Plunder's video because it's an hour and 10 minutes, and so I'm going to play this part and we'll get into some actual interviews, but this says clear footprints up the gas line. So we're going to see what this is about. This might give us some information on the footprints.
Stranger things have happened, but I don't know, it could be unlikely. Friday, May 2nd is the day the children supposedly went missing. That's the day they were reported missing. So I focused on that Friday and all the audio files I pulled down. And then on Saturday, May 3rd, the very next day, that's the day that Malaya and Daniel had such a bad argument that she ended up leaving the property with reportedly their little baby, the baby they share together, either.
So it might have been, I'm going to go back just a little bit to make sure I didn't miss it.
Look at that cutie, though.
Yes, there, I love the picture she has.
that meant you were married, and especially if he went a step further, if he would have adopted her children. But anyway, Daniel Martin and Malaya also, their relationship is over. Let's get into all this. So I dug into all these audio files, again, 48 hours worth of the Pictou County Fire VHF paging and ops system from a week ago, Friday, May 2nd. I mean, today is Friday, May 7th. 7 days in the wilderness. Are these little ones really out there? And all these searchers couldn't find any definitive clues leading to their whereabouts?
We do have some clear footprints,
Plunder,
probably 3/4 of the way up the gas line. Just want to give you guys that update right now.
Stranger things have happened, but I don't know.
Okay, so I wonder if we've cleared that up and if we verified that it was the children's footprints that were up the gas line.
Yeah, what size were these footprints? I'd like to know. I'd like to see them.
Me too. I'm going to see if I can find anything on it. I'll play this and see if I can find anything on it real quick. So it's like a pipe, from what I understand. Abelis, can you explain what they mean when they say gas line? Or
I'm not really
Mercedes?
sure. Nino, do you think it's the
Yes, it's because a lot of these areas are not connected to like the city lines, so they'll have like huge like propane tanks, and a lot of them are connected to wells and septic. So the gas line is probably a gas line like that is probably propane, like they fill it throughout the winter, and that's what heats and powers. That's what that's what a gas line is where
So
we live.
Yeah, I would picture like
It's
if it's
just
in
a
a
tube.
forest. Yeah, a tube, and then the area
I mean,
within a few feet of that tube, it would be mowed and trees would be felled. So it would be like a line through the forest. Is that
No, not even. It would probably just be a tank. I mean, I'm sure it might even be visible on the pictures. It's just a tank that is like filled a couple times a year.
Right.
And then because there's they can't be connected to the main city lines because of where they live. So
yeah, it's rural.
they're out in the middle of nowhere. So it's just, honestly, it's probably just the person who comes to inspect the level to see if it needs to be refilled. Like having footprints by the gas line is not, this is nothing. I mean, it's not suspicious.
Yeah, it wouldn't be unusual.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
But
I was
think
picturing
the real, like, to me, the real injustice of this case is that, these provinces are the most hardest hit, like in every sense of the word, not just weather wise, but like when it comes to like economy and social economics, like they are the hardest hit. They are always the most neglected by our governments because they're so easy to be forgotten. So the way that this family lives is not an isolated, like, oh, look, they live like, in a shack or in a trailer home with chickens and this and that. Like, there's a reason CPS never took these children, because this has become an acceptable standard in these provinces. And that's like what the disgrace is here, is that these provinces have been forgotten and neglected, and we're seeing it at a micro level with this case, but it's a bigger problem because, like, the amount of addiction that there is in these provinces is directly correlated to the unemployment rate, which these provinces have the highest unemployment rate in the entire country, because a lot of the employment is seasonal. Most of it is fisheries. They rely a lot on the fishing industry because of where they are. So it's like the reserves are the number one place that are the most neglected. These provinces are the second. So yes, these ones have running water, they have electricity, but you go to the reserves, they have no running water. They have no electricity. There's no, like, they don't even have, they'll have a building that's a hospital, but nobody works there because they have to wait for the monthly medical team that comes to service the hospital. So most of these patients in these provinces, like if there's an issue, like anything to do with drugs, they're shipped out of the province. Like they have to be sent to Ontario, Quebec, Manitoba, any other province that has medical programs that haven't been gutted yet. But that's the real injustice in this situation, because this is not a first time occurrence, and it's not going to be a last time occurrence either, because it's a dysfunction that has been happening for generations because it's become acceptable, because oh, we're poor and that's okay. The government, it's okay for the government to not help us. Meanwhile, it's that's the injustice.
Oh, wow.
That's the injustice that has resulted in these children dying. And these are just, for every one rat you see, there's 20 you can't see. So, and this wasn't even a crime. This was a lot of this is just accident. And that's what, to me, makes it even harder to accept, because accidents are unavoidable. You can prevent them. So a crime is different, but this, it's just pure neglect. But it's not it's not even, I can't even really blame the parents, because how are you supposed to live? What are you supposed to do with when your tools and resources are nothing?
It's what they know,
And it's what they know. It's what they grew up. So the fact that she has a connection to the reservation, there's a whole different mindset. And because of all the injustices that happened decades ago with the Indigenous and the Natives, and all the children that died because of decisions of the government, it's a little difficult to explain. It's just, I understand her lack of emotion. I understand the way that she presents herself to the media, because it was probably what she saw and learned, being exposed to the people of the reservation, because that is how they present themselves. But when you dig deeper into the crimes and the injustices that were committed against them at a government level, the children that were taken, all the bodies that we started finding 4 or 5 years ago, mass graves of children, it's,
children were taken away.
The big scoop.
The big children scoop. And still in the 1980s, it's not that old.
The last school, what did they call the schools, Abelis? God, they had a name. Residential, yes. The last residential school was only closed 15 years ago. 15 years ago. So the general policy was that they don't know how to raise their children. I honestly, there were so many reasons given for why their children were removed. And then these children were removed, sent to these schools, or put into the system. Parents never got to see them. The children would be sent home to die if they became ill. Some of them, the ones that were lucky. The ones that died in the schools were just put in the ground. And then a few years ago, that's when we started finding their graves. And all the residential schools were run by the church.
We have some of that here in America. I watch a lot of videos on that about the residential schools, and it was it was a lot of churches that ran the schools, and they wouldn't let them speak their language. They wouldn't let them do their dances. They
cut their hair.
Didn't see their parents. Yeah, it was really sad. I've not heard about it specifically. I mean, I can imagine it happened there as well if it was happening here, but that stuff is really sad and really devastating.
And so they don't trust. They don't trust the white government, basically.
Right.
Doesn't
But the
have
white
anything to do
government
with it.
has really done nothing to really make amends.
No.
Like, oh yes, we hear on the radio, we're broadcasting from the unceded territory of
Yeah.
Iroquois Nation, but that does nothing to feed your children. They have no running water. They don't have medical services. I know this because I've served the area as a medical personnel. Like they're not, it's like a third world country in Canada.
Oh, wow.
And it's not a new problem. It has been prime minister after prime minister, and they all give the same speeches. Yes, reconciliation and this and that. But you know what? Like, money. They need money. They need money because they need to eat, because they need to live. They need clean drinking water. Their children need vaccines. But
yeah,
it continues, but at a different level, and it's disguised, and it's just called something else. But it still continues. So we're not taking their children physically, but we're just letting them fend for themselves. Here, we're going to put you in a reservation that has nothing, no running water, nothing. Work it out.
Well, never mind a job,
And it's a job in provinces that don't even have the jobs because they don't have the programs to to develop other industries or other areas that would provide economic stability. So half you're working, the other half you're on unemployment because it's winter. You can't go fishing or that's just how they live. It's how it's an acceptable way of life.
I do know that he worked at a sawmill and he wasn't able to I know that it's like seasonal work and he had been in and out of work because there wasn't a lot of work at the sawmill going back to this
That's
case specifically.
almost all adults in the Maritimes. That is their resume. That's what their resume will look like. Unless you're a teacher or a doctor or nurse or whatever. But that's the common CV of someone from the Maritimes. You're employed, part of the year, and then the rest of the year, it's unemployment.
So a lot of them go east or west, I should say, to go work in oil fields.
In the oil rigs, exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Fawny, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate the support. That was so very sweet of you. Thank you so very much. She said, truly, I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me. Matteo 2540. Thank you so much. Do you know the history about the RCMP? They were started.
Yeah, the RCMP is the main. It's like our
federal police.
Yeah, it's at the federal level. And because a lot of mostly the areas that can't afford to have municipal police, they fall under jurisdiction of the federal police because I guess Nova Scotia doesn't even have a provincial police.
I don't know.
But I don't know. I think they only have two municipal polices, which is the Halifax, some other one, like whatever other tourist city it would fall under. Everything else is RCMP, but I mean, yeah, I don't really have an opinion in terms of like legal wise. I mean, police is police. The RCMP, they're working with what they're given, so obviously it's going to also be the most underfunded police. Like, it's not going to be high on the list of priorities. So the drug use in Vancouver is being addressed more aggressively than the drug use in Nova Scotia or New Brunswick, because Vancouver is more of a touristy area. So it's more of a how it makes us look.
Yeah, it's more visible
Yes. So Nova Scotia is more of yes, it has its tourist attractions, but it's mostly Canadians themselves that that go to Nova Scotia because visit family or whatever.
And it's very beautiful. I mean, they could have a,
Gorgeous,
you
gorgeous.
know, yeah.
It is gorgeous. Like the drive is amazing. Like if you drive from Ontario or Montreal, gorgeous drive. But
Yeah.
there are areas that, yeah, are severely abusedly neglected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what has caused this. So
Yeah. That's sad. So I do have this clip. This is going to be from the CBC. This is Stepfather of Missing Nova Scotia Children Calls on Public's Help. This is one of his interviews. We can watch it and discuss it and see what he says. This is from the CBC. They are linked in the description box. Please give them a like and subscribe. Thank you so much.
In other news today, the search continues this morning for 2 missing children in rural Nova Scotia. Crews have been combing through the woods around Pictou County since Friday when police believe they wandered away from their home. Brett Ruskin is live in Halifax. He's picking up the story for us this morning. Where do things stand today, Brett, with the search efforts?
Good morning, Heather. Yeah, search efforts are continuing this morning for these 2 missing children here in Nova Scotia. So we have 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan. They went missing on Friday morning. Now, we heard from the children's stepfather recently. Here's what he had to say about this situation.
The last few days have been very stressful. I mean, ever since the Friday morning when we noticed that the children were gone. Immediately jumped in the vehicle, surveyed all the areas, many dirt roads, many culverts as I could, and waited for the police to get there.
So again, this search began with family members and has now expanded to dozens of search and rescue volunteers. About 160 people were on the ground yesterday. There were dogs brought in to try to catch a scent of these 2 children. There were 8 drone units in the skies searching, as well as a couple of helicopters as well, each one of them equipped with infrared sensors and cameras looking for these children. Now, we heard from police talking about some of the challenging conditions and logistical issues that they are running into with this situation, with the kind of the situation on the ground. Here's what police had to say about this search.
With the wet weather, it makes things a little more complicated for our searchers. Given they're in the woods, it's wet, things are slippery, footing's not the greatest.
So I would think if they're in the woods, and that's where everybody seems to think they are or did at the time, that with it being wet, would there not be footprints, especially from like boots? Like I would think that where they would walk with the boots, you would see like the rain puddling up in their tracks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
not in that kind of soil because it would be muddy. So the footprints would only be there for a little while before it's swallowed up again by the mud. Do you know what I mean? Like depending on, it would depend on the soil, right? Because if I walk on one part of my patio, it's more stable. But if I walk in the other one, like my whole foot sinks down. So
right.
It would depend. It would depend, on the type of ground they're referring to.
Right.
And they're little too, so they could probably crawl under bushes or go places that adults would not be able to get at,
Exactly.
Okay.
Or climb trees. They love climbing trees at that age. They're like little monkeys. They climb so high.
They do,
Yeah.
yes. They do. Mine do that.
And then, crawl under fallen trees, like who knows?
Right.
The water's, it's not the best, but, they're still trudging through and they're still working hard at doing the job that they have to do.
Again, we know that 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan went missing on Friday morning. That is when this search began and when the family reported them missing. And again, the search has been ongoing since that time. Heather.
Okay, I'm gonna go to another one. Um, there was one I wanted to see. Okay, yeah, this one is sad. But this is the one that makes me think that
Searchers were told that
he's not involved. Like his reaction to finding out that they're going to scale back the search is like really sad and absolutely heartbreaking, and that's why I feel like he's not. I mean, I think he legitimately thinks they went in the woods and they're missing.
Days after 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and 4-year-old Jack Sullivan disappeared from their home in rural northeastern Nova Scotia, the RCMP announced today their search for the two siblings is being scaled back, saying there's little chance they are alive. The CBC's Blair Rhodes joins us now live from the search area in Pictou County with the latest. Blair.
Tom, the mood here was solemn as the searchers were told that despite their best efforts, they were scaling back the search. Before the news conference, RCMP told Jack and Lily's family, their stepfather, Daniel Martel, said he's not giving up.
I'm still holding out hope. I don't know why they didn't find anything from Jack's pull-up to her backpack or any of her belongings at all.
I mean, yeah, we were just talking about that. Why they haven't found the pull up or the backpack or anything. I mean, again, I just think he's very believable, and I think he's really upset and very concerned. The mother, I mean, I think if she did something, he would know, like they would know together, and I think they are legitimately lost, not necessarily in the woods, but maybe somebody got them. I hope not, but that's what it seems like to me.
Well,
I think he's sincere.
earlier you mentioned that there was a video where somebody had spotted sightings.
Oh,
What was that about?
yeah, let's well, it came up and on the map. I don't know. Let's see what it says. I think I said house.
The other
Let's try this.
question I have is they said they scaled back. What does that mean? Does that mean volunteers are still looking and the cops aren't, or less cops are looking, or what's the
Yeah, basically, they're having people leave the area or stop searching because they don't think that the children are there.
They've scaled back the search officially.
Yeah.
Yeah, not stopped completely, but they've said that considering we're day 6, 7, the chances of them being alive out in the elements are very low. So they've scaled back the search.
But I wondered, like, so how many people are still searching? I'd still be out there. You know, if I was a neighbor, I'd be out there in the bush.
Yeah, I don't know how many were initially, because I know these areas depend a lot on volunteers. So,
yeah, I don't know if I remember correctly, but I think I heard 160 people, and some came from New Brunswick.
Right.
It's not that far, but so.
I think that the sighting was for this person. It's right here, potential new sighting of missing Bristol student Jack O'Sullivan. So I think that's what it was, unfortunately.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, yes, ma'am. No problem.
It just sounded weird because it's like they have a sighting over here, but they're looking in the bush still, which would be okay. But I hadn't heard more about other sightings or sightings at all.
Right. I haven't heard anything either. Okay, I'm going to pull up the pictures and stuff I have, and we can talk about that for a little bit. And then I don't know what else we'll talk about. We'll see. All right. Oh, hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on just a minute.
Just a minute.
Okay.
Hi, chat. How are you?
Yes, please hit the thumbs up. Let me do it this way so that we can still see. Wrong way. Wrong way. Okay. So I know this one's a little blurry, but it shows us the house, the backyard where they would have been playing. This is the brother. The stepdad's brother and mother are living in the camper while he and the children and the girlfriend or mate, I guess, live in the house. There's this barn back here, and then up here in the woods, there's a well worn path, and they say there's cabins up there. From what I heard, the stepdad said there's cabins up there that they were building and working on. Um, so it seems like this area would probably be familiar to them. So if they were going to go anywhere, I would think they would go up there
Hmm.
by the chickens and things.
Chickens.
That's the backyard. And I mean, I don't know. It's weird to me. That's the door they went out of and down these steps.
The quiet sliding door.
Yeah, I don't know of a door that is quiet, and I don't know if we can tell if it's off track, but if it's off track, they're not going to be quiet at all. I can't tell. It looks like it's on track to me for the most part.
And there's usually two doors. There is the screen door and the glass door. I don't know what they may not have a screen door. I don't know.
Oh, I lost Mercedes. Hey, Mercedes.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. So yeah, there is some vehicles. I do have pictures of that. That's the vehicles that I see at the house. That was at some point that picture was taken. It might be from like Google Earth or something. And then oh, that's another one with the vehicles out front, and then there you can see the backyard and the vehicles up here.
Okay.
Looking at this area, I mean, I don't know, it looks pretty like the wooded area. They've cut down a lot over here, but it looks pretty I mean, you can tell it's just a lot. It's very, very like it's the bush over here and over here, very thick,
Mm-hmm.
dense woods. And they said that there was a storm that just come through, and so a lot of trees were down. Hmm. Okay.
Could you zoom into the windows? I'm just curious.
Mhm.
What?
The other one. No, the previous one, where it
Okay.
was like you could see the sliding door.
Okay, hold on. This one.
Yes. So there's two.
Oh yeah.
So there's two entrances. So there's two, because there's two sets of steps, right?
Yeah.
Right. But
So is that a door or a window?
it
looks like
looks
a
like
door.
it does, but the porch is missing here. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the windows, are they boarded up or are they just really dirty? Or
The one in between the doors, if that's a door, like it looks like it's boarded up. It doesn't look like
okay, so the other one
hard
is
to
the
see.
curtain.
yeah, it
Yeah.
does look like it's boarded up. And then this one could be a curtain, but it looks like there's no window there, so that could be a board that was put there from the inside because the window got broke, maybe?
Right.
Could they have a window air conditioner? Because look at the black under that window that looks boarded up
Oh yeah.
underneath.
And they haven't put it up yet, you mean?
Maybe,
Or
yeah, that's what I was
okay.
maybe thinking. Maybe
Okay.
Yeah, and
But
it's
there's
under
also a mattress there, right?
yeah.
right.
So like does somebody use that window regularly to jump out of, or like
I,
to
Regularly.
escape? Like it's weird. So the main sliding door, that would be the living room?
I would think so. let's go because I know that in that video that I had, it'll take me just a second to pull it up. The screenshots that I have will show us inside the house. Not the screenshots, but the screen recordings.
They have an old stove there on that deck on the left too.
Yeah.
And there's smoke coming from the top in some of the pictures, so they definitely use wood to heat the home, which would be. Are you talking about a wood stove, or are you talking about an actual stove? I see it.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I trust those steps personally.
Oh my gosh! Stop. Hold on. Sorry, I wasn't talking to you. I don't know if you heard that.
No, no. Okay, I'll stop.
It was playing in the background. Yeah, I would think that that door is not used often, especially considering that, like, if you open it and step out of this side, you're gonna just fall right to the ground.
It almost looks like it's like steps for a clothesline.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you would use it to get up and hang up the clothes and then, put it on the clothesline. I hope they checked under the steps because
Yeah.
you're right, because there is a clothesline. You can see it
Mm-hmm.
going
there
towards.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
from,
right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right there.
So what officially is their front door? It's on the other side. We just can't see it.
I think so. Let me
Okay.
go back to these
Yeah, I think
ones.
so. Yeah.
Oh,
There's
maybe this.
a mud room.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
you go
Okay,
up.
so you see the tank? You see that tank that's beside there?
Yep.
Okay, so that would have been the gas line that they were referring to. So there's a line, like
Pipe.
there would be a pipe, exactly.
That
I
white
don't know
one
if
right
it's
there.
that one. That could actually be the septic, but that would be the tank. Okay, so it's not propane, it's oil. And it's
that's oil, yeah.
It's outdoors. Okay.
Okay, now look at the window in between the two black windows.
Yeah, that one looks boarded up too.
Yeah.
Maybe they made that like a bathroom or something and boarded up the windows. I mean, but it's at the same location as the one on the back.
Yeah, it wouldn't
Because it
go
would
right
be right.
through.
Yeah, right there. Like that whole room is closed off inside the whole entire house, and that one's boarded, and then on the front, the other
That's
one's
odd.
boarded.
The front and the back look so different though. Like it's
Yeah.
It's cleaner walls on the front, sort of.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice property if all that crap wasn't there.
Yeah, if they cleaned it up a little bit, it would be a great property. Okay. Wonder if kiddos could crawl under there. Corey, what are you thinking?
Is that a toy by your mouse? In the middle of the yard? Go.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Here?
No, lower left.
Oh.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, that looks like one of those things that it's like a. Oh my gosh, my kids had them.
Just to help them walk.
Right. Yes.
Like
Exactly.
yeah, they stand, they hold it,
right,
and they push it to help them walk.
Oh, I see the smoke from the right-hand side.
Oh yeah.
Chimney.
Yep. And that, if this picture is taken at the road, I mean, that's about halfway between the house and the road, the toy is.
So, aside from the backpack and the boots, were there any toys missing that they know of?
Not that I've heard. And in the back, we have this little kitchen thing right here and a little picnic table. And then that's a little slide area. But I don't see anything else. And like those
So
are
it seems the kids.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, it seems the kids played both in the back and in the front. So
Right. These toys seem to be kind of stationary, whereas the one in the front is one you would carry or would be moved around.
Yeah.
Right.
So I wonder if the kids played. I mean, if they played, like you said, at least half and half in the front and the back, or more in the front, because the toys that they would like that you would carry with you or move around as a child would be in the front. It
Is that a
appears.
little wading pool, that dark blue thing,
Um.
right where your hand is? Oops.
Yeah, I can't tell. This
Yeah.
thing, I can't tell.
Well, they had toys. I mean,
Yeah.
and they tried fencing in too. You know, it's not wide
Right.
open to the back to the forest.
Right.
Mm.
Okay, I have this. I'm gonna pull up this video that will show us the inside of the house. It's the birthday video thing. So we can get an idea if we can figure out, like, here's a door. I would think that's definitely a door. It's not a sliding glass door, and it doesn't appear to be the broken one, at least from the inside anyway. So I would think that probably goes to that little mudroom thing that we saw. Um, and so that would tell me when you come in the kitchen from the front, I mean, when you come in the house from the front, you would come directly into the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it looks like to me. From what I was told, they use dogs that track the children only to the end of the driveway. Yeah. Down the driveway and it stops. So, I mean, that makes me think that they got abducted. And I mean, considering that they've searched the woods for what, 5, 7, 8 days now, I would think that they possibly got abducted.
But does rain and like humidity affect the like the scent that would be left behind for the dogs to pick up?
Oh, good point. Or wash
Yeah.
it away.
Yeah, I don't know enough about that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if they've been getting anything like the weather we've been getting, they've been getting a lot of rain. So, like with the, yeah.
Oh,
One person I haven't heard uh from or more about is the mother, the her no, his mother who lives with the brother.
yeah, I haven't heard much about her either.
We've just seen him, the brother, sitting on that quad,
Right.
but I
So,
haven't seen the mom.
yeah, I haven't seen her either, and I don't know that she said much either. Um, it says rain does not wash scent away from dogs tracking someone. Contrary to
Oh,
popular belief, rain actually refreshes the scent and makes it easier for most
Okay.
dogs to detect and follow. Snow and frost also do not significantly affect a trained dog's
Okay.
ability to find and follow a scent trail. However, the longer you wait to have a search dog track a scent trail, the less likely the dog will be able to work with the scent trail. Um,
interesting. Thank you.
Wow, I did
oh,
not know that.
Mhm.
I didn't either, and that's interesting because if they got him out there relatively quickly and the dogs tracked to the end of the driveway, that would again tell me that someone unfortunately picked them up. And then if they indeed had a party like Wednesday or Thursday, how do we know somebody wasn't like, scoping the place out that they had over for a party?
Or maybe
They
the
never left the
scent,
property.
yeah, or maybe the scent to the end of the driveway is because they went to the school bus. How old,
Oh,
how old would that scent be?
it would have been Monday.
Yeah, it's a long time, but I mean, if that's all the dogs have to work with,
Yeah. I wonder if they searched inside the house.
I hope so.
Yeah, I would think so.
It's starting to sound like they probably like they it seems like they probably didn't even leave the property. They might still be there, and maybe this was not an accident.
Right.
Maybe.
But I'm not necessarily the parents involved. I had forgotten about the brother and the mother.
Thanks, Karen.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow. I hope they
Interesting.
checked the property. I mean, good grief.
Yeah, you would think they did. I'm sure they did.
Like, what's underneath? There is no basement, so there's got to be a crawl space under um, the trailer.
Yeah. I'm gonna play this video again and see if we can get some kind of idea from this video of like, I mean, the inside looks clean. I don't know if they cleaned it for the party or whatever, but you can get an idea of who they are, see them in when, just a normal day. I do want to warn you because Lily screams really loud, so if you have earbuds, please beware. Turn your volume down. Um, and we'll watch this real quick. Oh,
Oh, yeah,
hold
yeah.
on. Sorry. Let me back it up a little bit so it doesn't just open up with
She's
screaming.
got lungs, that kid.
She does. Very much.
Posted on her Facebook before she deleted her whole account after her children went missing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Lily, stop, honey.
Blow it, go.
Oh.
Yay! Yay!
Yay!
Everybody's away.
Happy birthday!
Say happy birthday. Yay!
So I don't know if this is the 18-month-old child. That girl said, "Why delete your account that has pics of your missing kids?" I don't know. Do we know if she maybe privated it? We need to look it up. I have her name written down.
Probably
That's
because
sort of
people were
look
leaving.
all right. Um, that looks like Jack. Is it Jack?
It does look like Jack to me. But I thought Lily's 6, okay, and Jack is 4.
Yeah.
So Lily would have been, yeah. So the ages match up because there's Lily. She would have been like 2 or 3 standing in a chair. Yeah. Okay, so that is Jack. Okay. I would think.
Daniel didn't look too impressed when she was screaming, but
No, he didn't. That's why I was backing it up a little bit. I'm going to keep the volume off so we can kind of pay attention to him.
the place does look clean. The countertop seemed uncluttered.
Mhm. Yeah, Jack was still in pull it, yeah. I mean, and even, I mean, okay, like with the outside looking like that, right? You would think it would reflect on the inside. And at least at this time, when Jack was that small, like the walls are clean. It's not entirely dusty, considering that they have they're burning wood in the winter. They're wearing long sleeves. So this would have been during a time. I mean, it's a pumpkin on the cake. It's a little jack-o'-lantern thing. You can see, I think it's
Yeah.
here. It's got like the eyes and mouth of a little jack-o'-lantern. It looks like they made the cake to look like a bag of trick or treat candy, and there's a pumpkin, so it's around Halloween.
Yeah.
The countertop cabinets are clean. I mean, there's even going to be soot from the wood stove or the smoke or whatever, and everything looks like really clean. There's no dust. It's not dirty.
Yeah.
So
Just looks like a normal house
right,
with kids in it.
right.
Pardon me.
And the mother seems happy there. These people, there's 2 people that are kind of weird in the background to me. I turned it off so we don't hear the screaming. He's smiling. People have pointed out that he didn't look like he was singing, so we'll play the whole video again without volume so we don't listen to the screaming and watch him and the 2 people in the background. This is from Joseph Morris. He's in the description box if you guys want to give him a like and subscribe. So he's going to talk about it for a second.
There's a 2 on the cake, so it's probably Jack.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a 2 on the cake. So yeah, I think it is Jack. Okay, and these 2 people are who I was talking about, but that looks like maybe a grandmother and like a another like her grandchild or something. That's definitely a teenage boy, young teen boy, and that's a grandma. So, what I didn't
So
know who they were, but they
could the
talk.
grandma, sorry.
Oh no, you're good. They talk in a minute, and I found it suspicious, but not so much anymore. What were you gonna
Mhm.
say, Abellis?
I was going to say, is that the grandma that lives there, or is that the other grandma?
I'm not
Or would that
sure.
be maybe the Sullivan side grandma?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Considering that the grandmother lives there on the property, I would think that it could possibly be her, but I'm really
Mhm.
not sure. Hmm. He's not singing, he's just kind of standing back. He's smiling though.
Is
If
he
you plug,
smiling? I can't see it.
it's hard to see. He does have
Yeah,
a little smirk on his face, it appears.
I bet you he's got earplugs in.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah.
I'd buy. I'd wipe out all the stores.
Cara said, I don't know. My husband's in the background of a lot of my nephew's birthday videos and not singing but smiling at the boys. I get being suspicious, but it doesn't always mean something sinister. I agree. Mom comes in running and her head pops up.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
the true crime community. We see it. We see crime everywhere.
Yeah. Sometimes where there's not any,
And yeah,
unfortunately.
yeah. I'm really starting to not think to think that they're not they haven't done anything. But that's just my opinion right now. I don't know.
Right. I don't think they have either, honestly. Oh, okay, so it's a young girl now in the corner, but they're probably related. Those are teenagers. Because they talk, like, kind of laugh with each other, and I thought it was suspicious when I was looking at it on my phone, but I can tell that it's just two teenagers. Now, here, he's Jack seems to be upset because there's icing on his finger, and that, like right here, he kind
Yeah,
of looks upset because there's stuff on his hand, which again makes me think of um the autism aspect of it, because they get really irritated with things like that.
yeah. I agree. I was going to say the same thing.
I heard he's requested a polygraph, but I don't know that we have it back yet. I'll finish out this video with no volume and see he's really sad, and I'll look that up. Bad girl. Like he's kind of angry or like, get this off me please. If you watch his face, he's like, I don't like it. And then they're talking. So see, he's smiling there, like he's not, I mean, he was a little bit smirky, like seemed to be kind of happy. Did you see him
Yeah,
smiling a little bit?
Yeah, but that's also when the little girl was screaming.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
yeah. I would probably have the same look on my face too.
Yeah, that's screaming. I wouldn't be able to deal with it. Okay. Quickly, it popped in my head when I saw the property that what if they're actually close? The Camden case had dogs searching, but they didn't pick up their scent. I think they might be close.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
I'm wondering maybe they seem guilty because they were a bit neglectful, sleeping in, maybe telling them to be quiet, then not knowing exactly what happened when they wandered away. Yeah, I think so too.
yeah,
The fact that the dogs tracked to the end of the driveway, I mean, I don't know. It's suspicious that they tracked to the end of the driveway. I think either somebody got them, or the last time they were seen was when they got off the bus.
yeah. Mm.
Okay, his name is Daniel. I've got their names written down. We'll check Facebook before we go today. Daniel Martel.
Yeah, the more we see, the less suspicious I am of the parents.
Yeah. So the only thing I see is where he says he'll do a polygraph test, and it's from 2 days ago.
Did you say earlier that the mother is at the reserve with her mother?
Yeah, from what I understand, her family. I might have assumed mother. It could just be her family.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Hey, Jeanette, thank you for being here, and I'm praying that they're found safe soon as well. Are we sure this is the inside of their house and not a grandparent or family member? Good point, Angela. That could be
Oh, you're
somebody
right.
else's house.
That makes, yeah.
It could be. Ow. Okay.
I don't think it would be the bus. It doesn't look like the inside of a bus for
No.
the other grandma.
Oh, yeah, inside of the camper.
Yeah.
What were we going to look? Oh, okay. Let me try to go to Facebook and see what we can find.
It looks like a trailer door or a house door.
Okay. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on just a second. I'm going to log into Facebook and check it. As soon as I log in, I'll share the page. Goodness gracious. Okay. I'll try her, but I don't think that there is anything. MALE.
Have you been to Nova Scotia, Nino?
Yes, during the pandemic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was one of the places we were deployed to.
Oh.
But they had really good protocols in place, to be honest. They weren't that they weren't hit that strongly. It wasn't until Omicron hit them a bit harder.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Interesting.
It was gorgeous, though. Gorgeous. My hotel was beautiful.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it's all I got to see. So there wasn't a lot of sightseeing at the time.
I'd love to go one day. I haven't been to the Maritimes.
The people are they're very friendly. Very, like, more than regular Canadian friendly. Like, they're very
Right.
friendly and they're very welcoming. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one aspect that I'd like to see, experience. BC is different. Victoria is very, very cold at first, like for the first 20 years you live here. Nobody's from here anyway. All from somewhere else.
We don't really lock our doors in Canada, Barshna. It's very common to not lock our doors.
I was looking up while they were talking, Marcia.
Marcia.
Thank you. Why the doors weren't locked, and I remembered wondering if the doors were locked as well, but I can share this real quick. It says it don't tell me if the doors were locked. It just says they've been missing, and they got a 911 call saying they wandered away from their home. So I don't know. It says, did Lily and
Yeah.
Jack slip out their sliding back door? Oh, okay, hold on.
The lock on my sliding door is not like, you don't need to be a genius to figure it out. Like a 2-year-old in my household figured it out. So it's not a complicated contraption. But I would imagine that if one of the parents were smokers, they probably were going in and out a lot, like through the sliding glass door, like to smoke outside. And Canadians are really not that much in the habit of locking doors. Like, I'm generalizing here. I'm not speaking for all Canadians, but it's something that a lot don't do.
In case a polar bear shows up.
Well, yeah, we just like we want them to come in and warm up and have tea. Like, so like in my own area, me myself, I've left my door unlocked many times. So it's something that
Yeah.
but the sliding glass, like the sliding door, is not like any child can maneuver that. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think that my question more so was like the front door. But I mean, yeah, if they're used to going in and out of that door too, like to the point that he has to tell them to close it when they go outside, like he said before, I would think they're very familiar with how to open and shut it, or at least open
Yeah,
it.
I think that's probably the door that the kids use the most because it goes to the backyard. It's like that was more like their play zone, you know? So
yeah.
That's why I was curious about what was the front door, like which one is the front door, and because something else that's popular, at least where I live, is that you have houses, they're bungalows, and officially they have a front door, but people don't use that front door. They use the side door because the side door is the one that's like connected to the driveway. So a lot of like they don't use I don't know why we just don't use the front door. We use the side door, and that's the one. So I mean, I could see the kids, escaping into the backyard and that being a common thing because it seemed like it was fenced in. So to the parents, they're probably like, well, like it's fenced in, like they did somewhat of their due diligence in trying to keep them protected and in the space. And they've probably told the kids 1,000 times, like, don't wander off. But I mean, kids are kids. That's what they're supposed to do. So
I'm more curious about them making a point that they didn't hear the sliding glass door open.
Yeah.
But I don't believe unless they were really, really out to lunch,
Yeah, I mean, or they were both asleep. Yeah,
Yeah.
that might not hear it. Quickly, this says Daniel Martell, the stepfather of the children, has said he believes Lily and Jack slipped out their sliding back door while he and the children's mother were in the bedroom with their 1-year-old daughter. In the days after the disappearance, Martell has remained at home, receiving daily updates from search and rescue officials and speaking to reporters who descended upon the county of roughly 43,000 people. He has repeatedly said he believes the children were abducted, but the RCMP have said there is no evidence of that. And then Kalisa asked, "Does anyone know how close the other trailer on the property is?" And I do. We'll bring that up real quick. And then it was Corey who asked if they had surveillance cameras, and I would have to say I doubt it. So the 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 stepbrother and Daniel's mother live here in this RV with the tarp on the top, and Mercedes, I believe this thing was built on over the front door because obviously they were talking about the screen door or the sliding glass door was the back door, so this would probably be the front, and then like Abelis said, like a mud room or something, and then you see the patio goes up to that.
Yes, can I just say you sound really far away?
I do? Is
Your
that
sound,
better?
yeah, thank you.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Or is it just me?
No, I think.
She sounds closer now. Yeah.
Yeah, my microphone was far away. Anders had said something earlier, so.
Well, Anders is in Sweden, so he can't hear you very well either.
Yeah, anytime it's like far away like that, please let me know so I can try to fix it. Does it sound better now?
Yeah, it's better. You're not as loud as Nino, but you're better.
Okay, I'll leave it right here.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for letting me know. Um,
Allegedly, so the where I'm imagining the sliding door from the angle that I'm seeing right now. Okay, so
mhm,
it would be in the back. So it, I'm assuming the bedrooms are towards the end. So if they're
probably.
sleeping, yeah.
Yeah.
So if they're sleeping, I don't know why they emphasize like not hearing the sliding door. Um, I don't know why that was brought up, but um,
That
I
makes
wouldn't
sense.
hear my door open either.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I thought that was, I don't know what to make with that information that's being volunteered. We didn't hear the door open. Okay, that would be normal because I mean, if your bedroom is back there and the door is at the front, like your door would have to be somewhat defective or old to be able to hear it because I don't hear mine
Right.
and I'm right in front of it. So like
Yeah.
I don't know what to make with that statement. So it's like, okay, it's supposed to exonerate him somehow or absolve him, but it's like it's unnecessary information that was
Yeah.
volunteered, or maybe that's all it is. It's just unnecessary information, and he's just being nervous. He's nervous, and he's just covering all his base. I don't know.
Trying to look better. But and the other
It-
thing is
but he doesn't even
um
look suspicious to me, though. That's the
no,
thing, to be
yeah.
honest.
But he might feel, oh, they're going to think that
Right.
we weren't watching the kids. But the other
Yes.
thing too is children going in and out. If they do it all day long, you don't hear it anymore.
No, you
You know what I'm
don't.
saying?
Yeah, and at one point, it's not even the glass door that they're using anymore. It's the screen door, right?
Screen door,
Because
yeah. But I
the
don't
gl-
know if there's a screen door. It didn't look.
I tried looking. It seemed like it was ripped, like the top corner was coming off.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's, I mean, that's my view. But that, like,
Because
I don't
you can
have.
have they can have the sliding glass door only, maybe, and
Yeah,
not. But I mean, there's got to be mosquitoes. It's Canada in the spring, so.
not yet
Yeah.
though. It's still
Oh, maybe, yeah,
too.
that's true.
It's
Yeah.
still too. Oh, it's still cold. It's still cold here, Abelis.
Yeah,
It's
we
still.
still.
I still have my heat on.
So,
Okay.
yeah, if I had to guess, I would say there probably wasn't a screen, but yeah, over time you would get more comfortable or used to hearing that door open and close. And I do think that they're nervous and trying to cover up for
Yeah.
what they think is bad parenting, so they say things a certain way or
Right.
what they feel like could be construed as bad parenting because
Exactly. Yes.
I feel like they probably let the
Yeah.
kids play outside alone in the backyard quite often. And
Right.
like,
Yes.
kept an eye on them from inside because they would probably think it was safe.
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and it seems that the backyard is very child oriented, very child catered because
Mhm.
it has a lot of uh, entertainment for kids. Like
Yeah.
the swing, not the swing, the slide thing. Um,
There was a truck beside the slide. A little
yeah.
truck, a little toy
Mhm.
I'm
truck.
wondering if these children. I don't know. My radar is now going off with that grandmother and the
The
brother.
brother.
Hmm.
Yes, because I'm wondering, did these children, okay, so they went out early in the morning, they're wandering around, playing in their backyard, they get hungry. Did they somehow make it to step grandma's house? And,
Hmm.
that was,
Well, I mean, yeah, I think it's possible. I know that she had been with Daniel for about 3 years, so that tells me that the step grandmother would have been involved in their lives probably on a daily or at least by day, like every other daily kind of thing basis.
yeah.
So, like, I don't know necessarily that she would want to like they would want to hurt them or anything like that would
No, not,
happen.
do we know anything about what do we know about the brother?
Just that, well, nothing really. We saw a picture of him on the four-wheeler. There is one brother that had gotten in trouble for some assault charges, but that's all we know, and I don't know if it's the same brother or not.
Hmm.
Kalisa said, yeah, I think they might have tried to walk to grandma's house, especially if they were hungry.
But look at look at the fencing by the grandma's house. There's a little gate,
Mm-hmm.
2 little flower pots, and then
Oh yeah.
if you go to the left of that green fence, there seems to be a hole in the vertical fence. Yeah, right where your hand was, or right in here.
Mm-hmm.
So is that a hole in the fence? Is that because we know that fence has missing boards at the bottom, but right there where the cursor is, what is that? Is that
Yeah, it
in the-
appears like it would be a hole because the shadow right here stops right there, and it seems like it would go all the way up if this didn't have some kind of hole right here.
right?
Yeah,
Aha.
so I think you're right.
And so on the inside where the grass is that another little fencing?
It
Yeah, right
looks
there.
Yeah, it looks like this is another tight little fence. In other oh, sorry. Hold on, I'll go to the other. See,
There we go.
it does look like it's another fence, and there's another picture I'll have to look at, but like the angle of it, you can tell this is some kind of makeshift like fence thing. I don't know
We have
because
probably in the States too, but we have snow fencing, which is sort of plastic. How would you describe it?
It's like mesh, like mesh.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Like a mesh, but like a plastic thick.
yeah. Those orange, the orange.
Yeah, with the
orange
big
plastic.
holes.
Yeah,
yeah, it could be.
and so those plastic things are they're soft, like they're not a hard panel. They
Yeah.
come in a roll.
Yep, I know what you're talking about. It's like a plastic kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe that kind of fencing. It may not be orange necessarily. I've only seen orange ones. I'm sure there is
Yeah.
other colors.
I mean it seems to be some type of fence because it starts up here and goes all the way to
Mhm.
right here, but then it's open, and then that looks like where that other area is open, which that we were just looking at in the other picture, which would make sense. That way the step grandmother can walk to the other house when they want to.
Right.
Like, okay, it's open over here, and she, like, instead of if she's over here and she wants to come to the house, she could come out, go out her little gate, walk in right there, walk around here, and then come up to the house.
Right.
So that's probably what it is. It is probably open right here. This, if it is another fence, is open on the other side of this playhouse. It goes to the playhouse, and this area back here behind the playhouse is open, and then this is open, and she can go in her little
Yeah.
fenced-in area. And there's a worn path right here in the
Yeah,
ground. So
I noticed that as well. And I wonder if they put those toys there so the step grandma can watch them better instead of
yeah,
anywhere else in the yard.
right. That makes sense. Yeah, that's a big issue here. He said that when they do go outside by themselves, or they do go outside, he always has to fuss at them to shut the door. Like, I've got kids that are older that I have to fuss at to shut the door, but the door was shut. So, like, the first time ever they've shut the door and they go missing,
Yeah.
I don't know. Mine don't shut doors either.
Another thing we don't know is what is the relationship between the step grandma, step brother, and the couple.
Right.
Are they close? Are they just because they live there doesn't mean they're a tight family? I don't know. Maybe they are. I'm just throwing out ideas. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's a good question.
Oh, there's the bus driver. That's him there.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. It says, quote, the children's mother, Malaya Brooks Murray, and Mr. Mattel moved into the home about 2 years ago. She left on the weekend with her and Mr. Mattel's 16-month-old daughter to be with her mother and hasn't returned, he said. Miss Brooks Murray, a member of, oh my goodness, that this First Nation, I'm not even going to try it, previously told reporters her children were both diagnosed with autism and struggled in school. She has declined further interview requests and has removed her accounts from social media. Her, uh, it's
Mi'kmaq.
Mi'kmaq, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mi'kmaq community leadership has urged people not to spread rumors or add fuel to the rampant speculation about the case circulating online. A woman who answered Miss Brooks Murray's phone Thursday said she couldn't discuss the missing children, but said the mother's relationship to but said the mother's relationship with Mr. Martell has ended. Mr. Martell confirmed that he has been unable to get in touch with her and that she's blocked him on social media. And it shows the bus driver, but that's all we have.
That maybe beneath his picture? Is there, or is that just a screenshot?
No, it's just a screenshot.
Okay.
Let
Yeah,
me.
he's the one who said that he was the last one to see them, I believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can pull something up about that article now.
What are the statistics of children being actually kidnapped by strangers? I thought I read somewhere that it's like there's a more likelihood that they're usually caused to disappear by somebody they know rather than like
Mhm.
complete stranger.
Yeah.
So if these children haven't been found, and I'm wondering if honestly I'm starting to feel like stronger and stronger that they probably never left the property. So and now
Yeah.
the mother and the stepfather are breaking up, like is
Yeah.
there something obviously like there's a lot going on behind the scenes, but does it involve, I don't think him so much, but
Maybe his
so
brother.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that's yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Because
So
you have these two special needs kids, and then you have a grown man living with an old lady and a trailer in the back, and
Yeah. And he looked really calm and collected sitting on his quad, feet up and everything. I mean, not that that means anything, but it's just they're saying, oh, he's, the brother is searching. Well, he's sitting there he's not searching. He's sitting on the quad looking around. But
some of the police calls were interesting too. Like there was a specific one where the dispatchers were specifically, they were very adamant that the mother stay home. And I don't know what, like, yeah, I don't know. Because I thought, oh, they must have found something and they don't want her, coming across it because it was obviously something terrible. But it wasn't even that. So it's strange.
Didn't he say that he was told to stay home, or did he just stay home?
I don't know about him. Yeah.
I know that he was told that he couldn't go in the woods and search, and then a man in the military uniform told him he could go in the woods and search, and he said he jumped the fence and went to searching in the woods.
Oh, okay.
So the statistic, this is for the United States, it says statistics for children being kidnapped by an unknown individual. About 460,000 children go missing every year in the U.S. There is a 97% recovery rate of high-risk missing children in the U.S. Only about 0.3% of missing children cases involve abduction by a stranger. And
Wow.
now I'm going to do in Canada. It says in Canada, less than 1% of missing children are abducted by unknown individuals. In 2019, runaways represented the majority of all missing children reports, with 16 cases related to stranger abductions.
Hmm.
And now I'm going to go
Interesting.
back. Yeah, that is interesting.
It's
We'll
so
go.
low, which is great.
It is. It is
Hmm.
very. It is. It's great that, but it is more concerning that it's such a small amount that of
Can you do
children
another
that do go.
research? Can you check if thermal imaging can pick up decomposing bodies?
Okay.
Because I'm wondering if,
Decomposing.
like, because they called the search off about a week later. The process with decomposition, I mean, yeah, the body cools, but it's rotting, so that causes heat somehow.
Yes, and gases and that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, look, y'all, if the police come, I'm gonna get in trouble. Because like they're gonna be, girl, your Google history is like, whoa. Sorry if that's loud. He's weeding behind the house. This reads, thermal imaging drones equipped with heat-sensitive cameras have demonstrated the ability to detect heat signatures from decomposing bodies associated with larval aggregations. These drones can potentially help in forensic investigations by locating remains and identifying victims more efficiently. So basically, how
Yeah.
the body starts to attract insects and stuff, and there's larvae that like lay. I'm not trying to be nasty, but they'll lay eggs in decomposing bodies, and that's where you get like the bloat flies and things like that. I guess it's that kind of activity they can pick up on.
Right.
Okay.
But larval aggravations is what I'm looking into specifically.
Good question.
That was a good question.
Very interesting. And the other one too. Your other
Yeah.
one.
Okay, so this is about the bus driver. It's going to be from Evil Exists YouTube channel. I do want to say I haven't verified this. I didn't see anything in a news article about it, but I will drop Evil Exists link in the chat, and you guys can go check them out. I have to put them in the description box. So this says bus driver shares more info on Lily and Jack Sullivan. And again, this is Evil Exists.
The case of missing siblings, Jack and Lily Sullivan, has captured the attention of people around the globe. Many are invested in this case, praying and hoping that the children are found. From the beginning, the stepfather and mother have been under intense scrutiny due to a number of red flags in their statements. We know that the children last attended school on Tuesday, the 29th March. They went to school and returned home on the school bus, and today we hear from that bus driver. He seems heartbroken at the news of their disappearance. This is bus driver Brian Ward, and he has to answer questions from the other children on the bus every afternoon about whether Jack and Lily have been found. Upon getting these questions, he responds to the children, saying not yet, but police are doing everything they can to find Jack and Lily. This picture broke my heart, as he pointed out their seats on the bus. Lily and Jack's seat in the front, to the right, has sat empty, with their names still taped above it, since April 29th, when Mr. Ward last dropped them off at the end of their dirt driveway after school. I'm devastated. I'm absolutely devastated, said Mr. Ward, whose children Nicholas Carr, who is 4 years old, and Troy Carr, who is 7 years old, are friends with Lily and Jack, and often sat with them on the bus ride home from school. He says he can't even sleep at night. Both kids attend Salt Springs Elementary, a small rural school about a 20-minute bus ride from their home that serves 86 children from communities across southern Pictou County. The school has been provided with psychologists, counselors, and other school board support staff to help staff members and students with questions and providing.
So I was trying to grab their link. I did just drop it in chat. That's really sad. We do get verification that they were at school on Tuesday. I know we're trying to find out that the bus driver's last sighting. I haven't heard anything yet. I couldn't imagine being the bus driver. They sit together on the bus. The other kids are asking about him. That's got to be really sad.
Yeah.
Calm coping strategies during this difficult time. Mr. Ward is being proactive in his search for Lily and Jack too. He headed out into the woods as soon as he heard the children were missing. He rode around on his ATV to search for them. He described the kids as full of life, always smiling and laughing. Lily would let out these high-pitched squeals, and she was a bit of a drama queen. He gave an example. If she had a sore foot, she'd say her foot was broken. Jack sometimes...
That is really cute, but what I heard there that it's 4:44, is it? Okay. I know we have a mod meeting today. I think she said at like 5:30. If I'm running late, y'all let me know. Screaming. So yeah, what I noticed there is that he said she would let out these high-pitched screams, which again makes me think that, you know, somebody was grabbing her or something. She would have let out a high-pitched scream that would have probably been heard across 3 counties, judging by the birthday video.
Yeah.
4:45 mod meeting. We'll have to change it to 5. Sorry about that. All right, so that lets me know. Yeah, we're gonna watch the rest of this video, and then I'm gonna have to go. Abelis, we have a mod meeting, by the way, in Discord when we get done.
Yes, thank you. Indie girl,
Okay.
let me know.
Okay. So we'll watch this video, and I'll have to wrap it up. We'll have to change it for 5 o'clock.
Times fell asleep on the way home from school, but more often than not he was chatty. He'd say, "Bus driver. Hey bus driver." If he was trying to talk to you and he couldn't get your attention, the little bugger would take his boot off, throw it at you. Jack is famous for throwing his boots at me. Sadly, after all these days, Lily and Jack are still missing, and while authorities have scaled back the search, I do think they are looking at things from a more investigative approach now, and suspecting foul play.
Now, again, that's just a speculation about foul play. We don't know for sure. We can watch this again real quick.
We woke up.
And then, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have to go for the day. This is the mother's interview. It is
them home.
her only interview so far that she's done. Okay.
I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home.
She does appear to have been crying. I mean, her cheeks are wet, like she had been crying very much, and she's very. I mean, she does seem sad to me in this interview. Took them home Tuesday, but they weren't at school or reported missing until Friday. That is correct. They were at school Tuesday. Wednesday they had off of school. Thursday they were home sick with a cold, and then Friday is when they supposedly went missing. Friday morning.
So nobody from outside the families has saw them since Monday?
Correct. Or Tuesday afternoon.
Tuesday, yeah.
Tuesday afternoon. Okay. And that would have been when the bus dropped them off?
Yes.
Yeah. The bus driver is supposed to be the last outsider.
So Wednesday, Thursday, nobody saw them, and Friday they go missing?
Yes. The parents supposedly had seen them Wednesday and Thursday, but Friday is when they supposedly go missing. People were looking at the trash pickup in the area, and like I said, I talked to my landlord about that, and she said up there, like when the trash gets picked up, like if something's too heavy, they'll put like a sticker on it and leave it in your driveway, or if it has compost in it or recyclable stuff and it's not recycled, like if it's in the wrong category or whatever, they'll leave it in your driveway. So people think that, or from what I understand, it would, if they like did something and put their bodies in the trash can, it would have been picked up on pretty much immediately when the trash people came. Do you think so or no? Do you think that they could have got away with something like that?
I don't, to be honest, trash is different in every province, and like they all have different specifications. I know in where my dad lives, you have to buy, it's like these tags. You have to pay for these tags that you put on your bags, and then those are the ones that are taken away. But then there's a limit as to how much trash, because they really want to push the recycling. So in the province that I live in, The recycling is completely free, and you don't even have to sort it. You just do it. Trash, you have to pay to be taken away, and there's a limit. I don't know what it is in Nova Scotia. I don't know what it would currently be.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But it
Corey's-
doesn't seem like they would need to dispose of the. I mean, if anything like that happened, they have a lot of area to hide children. So
Yeah.
I don't think they would have to resort to that. But
Right.
Do they
I
have
don't
a
know.
burn pit? I wonder.
I didn't see any in the pictures.
I
Yeah.
didn't either. I did notice there was a lot of trash, but it didn't seem like it was like
Yeah.
dump
Mhm.
trash. It seemed like, I mean, it seemed like it was like trash you take to the dump yourself, not like bags
Yeah.
of trash. But I
Yeah.
mean, there could be some there. They might go to the dump. I don't know if they have trash
Yeah.
service or not.
And ever since the fires that we had last
Yeah.
year or 2 years ago, like the bylaws have been a lot more strict with like outdoor fires and water restrictions and all that. So
Yeah, we haven't been able to burn here in Saanich since even before
yeah,
I lived here. I don't think like 97.
yeah, none of the outdoor like fire pits and fireplaces. You know the ones you have like on your patio? We're
Yeah.
not allowed to use those. So
Oh, really? Yeah,
yeah.
we can use those as long as it's natural gas.
Okay.
Right.
But no, yeah. But I
Yeah.
wonder about. Sorry, I wonder
No, you're
about
good.
their own stove inside the house too. How big is that?
Oh.
Did they check that?
I would think they did, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good question.
But if the children were sick for two school days, it would have been 2 school days. Friday would have been the third.
Well, Wednesday there was no school, so Thursday they were out
Oh,
supposedly sick, and then Friday I suppose they were going to stay home as well, so that would have been the second day they missed.
Yeah.
oh, okay. Why was there no school on Wednesday?
I don't know. It was the school was shut, maybe a teacher work day.
Okay.
Spare Time said, I wonder what they were wearing Tuesday, and I think that's a good question. Corey said
Mhm.
Grandma said that they were last seen Thursday night. And then Abraham pointed out that if they were sick with a cold on Thursday and then Friday, how were they not too sick to wander off? And that's a good question.
Mhm. Oh, it's crazy.
It is.
What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep, and they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them, and they happen to just get out that sliding door, and we can't hear it when it opens, and they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time, and the next thing we knew, it was quiet, and we get up, and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says, no. And we get up instantly. We're looking outside. We're looking everywhere, yelling for them. And I instantly just call 911. I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to anyone. They'll talk your ear off. They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids. I appreciate the huge search effort going on right now. But we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued. Not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been, but just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing. We had people text me saying that they weren't aware someone else let them know that they were missing, and it would just be nice if everyone could be alerted. We thought maybe that we found tracks, but it's still uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful that they are feeling warm. We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found. We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are definitely verbal, and they do have possible autism, but it's not extreme autism. It's just they have issues with school, and they don't catch up with the other kids. I just want to remain hopeful. But there's always, in a mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst. Last night was one of the worst nights because I didn't have them in their beds. And I don't want to go through that another night without them.
I didn't know about the Amber Alert. Actually, that's crazy. Because that's exactly what we have it for. Why would they not issue an Amber Alert?
Don't they have criteria where they need a vehicle description? I don't know.
No. Honestly, Abelis, I have received Amber Alerts for the stupidest reasons.
Really?
And that's what that's why like a lot of people complain about them, because we receive Amber Alerts for if I'm in Quebec, I'll receive Amber Alerts for children from Saskatchewan, and weather alerts, emergency weather alerts for Nunavut. Like it's very it's not the most organized system, but what does it hurt to issue an Amber Alert for 2 missing children? Like they have enough of the description of the children. No, you don't always need a vehicle. You don't like. Yeah, that's wild.
I have a quick side note announcement to make. There's been an issue, and I've got to move. I've got there. I don't. We're gonna move the mod meeting to tomorrow, or I will talk to each individually. Cara, if you can message me and tell me how to kick someone from a server or block them, and I will explain what's going on. But we'll get together tomorrow, or I can talk to you each individually. Cara, if you could let me know how to do that, that would be great. I apologize about that. I know that was off topic. I just wanted to let everybody know while I had you here quickly for, and we don't have to leave. I don't have to end it. Like we can continue to talk for a while, or we can go. It doesn't matter. But either way,
thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Criteria for issuing an Amber Alert in Canada may vary from province to province, but basic requirements include the child is under the age of 18, there is a belief that the child has been abducted, there is a belief that the child is in imminent danger or grave danger, there is sufficient descriptive detail of the child. There's information to be released that may help locate the child and or the abductor. Examples are description of the child, the suspect, or the vehicle driven by the abductor. And then at the discretion of the duty officer, an Amber Alert can be issued if the individual abducted is 18 years of age or older and a proven mental or physical disability.
Well, there you go. Why didn't
Yeah,
they do
that's
it?
been. I remember there was a big fiasco years ago because there was a child in Toronto that had gone missing, but it was a parental situation, and unfortunately that ended horribly. But the Amber Alerts continued almost 24 hours after the child was no longer with us at all, period. So her family continued, like the entire province and outside of the province continued receiving these Amber Alerts after it had already been declared, like, this is what happened. So this is what I mean. Like, why would...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if my cup touched my microphone. I apologize if it was loud. I think the issue might be there is a belief that the child has been abducted, and the RCMP won't say that they believe the child's been abducted, if I remember correctly.
Right. But then that means that they must know something.
Abraham.
They must know something. Because if not, then that's like obscenely irresponsible.
Yeah, I think the RCMP said they're not ruling out a criminal investigation, but that's all they'll say. Let
Yeah,
me
that's
see.
frustrating.
Let me see. What's the most recent update on this? What am I doing?
Because the Amber Alert could also have been used also to get people to help with the search because
Yeah.
it's a small community. So once the alert would have been put out, like people close to the situation would start asking, like, what happened? Oh, kids missing. Okay, let's go out.
Yeah.
Because you know that the first 48 hours are the most critical, or 24 hours.
Yeah.
So,
And you're right,
Yeah.
because I've seen a couple of comments in different areas where people were saying, I live 5 minutes away or 10 minutes away, and I never heard it. I don't know about this.
yes.
You know, I didn't hear about these kids missing for the first few days.
Yeah. And that's sad to think about, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
it is. I do have this news clip. This is the most recent one I appear to have. It's from one day ago, other than, you know, the dispatch audio. But and this just says searchers looking for missing children return home. So this is the most recent one I have. Everything else is
Members of Cape Breton.
oh
In
my
the
gosh. I hate when it does that. Everything else is like
members of Cape Breton Search and Rescue.
Stop it. 3 or 4 days ago. So we'll watch this real quick. This is the most recent I have on anything, and I'm not seeing where they've been found. So I think that TikToker might have been misinformed.
It's too bad.
Members of Cape.
It is because I you know, I think everybody just wants them to be found and to be safe and to come home more than anything, you know.
Absolutely.
Breton Search and Rescue are back home after days of searching for 2 children missing on the mainland. The search for 6-year-old Lily Sullivan and her 4-year-old brother Jack was unsuccessful.
I think a lot of people went home last night with really heavy heart and maybe a feeling of defeat because that's all we want is successful search one way or the other.
22 volunteers from Cape Breton joined many others on the ground and in the air. Many have been involved in searches before, but when it involves children, Amanda Donovan says it hits different.
Oh, there's no worse situation. A lot of us are parents. A lot of us, just as humans, can't fathom that situation. And it really, the urgency and the response, I think, speaks to how affected everybody was by that.
Nova Scotia RCMP announced Wednesday it was scaling back the search for the 2 missing children after 6 days of scouring the heavily wooded areas surrounding their home in Lansdowne Station.
They are very thick. There's a lot of the hurricane damage from Fiona a couple years ago, and we've had teams struggling to get through areas.
Amy Hansen is with Colchester Ground Search and Rescue. She says searchers have covered a lot of ground the last few days and feels the area has been thoroughly searched.
We are exhausting people, and we're starting to see more injuries coming back the last couple of days, and it's hard terrain.
Back in Sydney, Amanda Donovan can't help but think about the...
So, I mean, her reiterating that it's hard terrain just, I mean, it brings that home for us, you know. But I don't know, kids, like you guys have pointed out, can get into some small spaces and places where you wouldn't think to look, but I just don't, I mean, with it also being hard terrain, I don't see them being so far out that the searchers haven't found them yet.
Yeah.
Many volunteers that came together from many areas of the province with the same goal in mind.
I think that having such a big operation and seeing everybody work so cohesively together really speaks to the professional nature. Even though majority of us are volunteers, we are trained volunteers, and that's what we do best. So it was really nice to see all of that come together.
Kyle Moore, CBC News, Sydney.
Okay, so that's what I have on it. I'm going to check again just to make sure they haven't been found yet. I mean, I wish they would be found. That would be fantastic, but I don't think
Yeah,
they have.
I just want to correct. It's not an Amber Alert that we receive for weather conditions. It's a emergency It just all sounds the same when it goes off on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
So all the alerts sound the same because and all of them, you can't turn them off. So, it's an emergency broadcast. So yes, of course, we're not going to get an Amber Alert for, severe thunderstorms. We just get
Right.
the emergency broadcast, but it all sounds the same. So I generalized and I said an Amber Alert. So
Right. Yeah,
They
I know
like,
what you meant.
yeah.
they had a test actually during the RCMP conference at the beginning, and then I got that same test. I don't know, an hour later.
Yeah.
It was it was a test across the country.
It's not the most, they have to perfect the system because it covers areas that sometimes have nothing to do with anything. And
Yeah.
it's sort of like, well, are you covering the right areas? That's the question. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's the thing.
now that
It's,
you mentioned getting one from Nunavut, I think I got one from Alberta at one point, and I'm in Victoria.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything here, I mean, um, like this is 3 days, this is 3 days, this is 4 days, this is one day. Conspiracy theorists are going wild over this case of two missing children. 11 hours that says two Nova Scotia children are missing. Here's a timeline of key events since the siblings vanished.
Mm.
Okay, where is the timeline? Oh, I have to subscribe and I have to pay for that. So yeah, we're not going to do that. Yeah, everything else is just 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. I don't see anything. I would think that if I mean to be sure, if they had been found, we would know something by now.
You'd
I
hope.
don't. Yeah, you would hope. I don't get a good feeling about this at all either. Bad
No.
girl. I know he did ask for them to close off the ports, like close off the borders and things like that. I mean, and again, that just makes me, I really do believe the stepfather. I don't have a lot about the mother, but from what I saw in the one interview that we do have, she does seem sincere. And I genuinely think that she is royally, I think she's hurt, upset, and pissed off. I think he legitimately was supposed to be watching the children while she laid down with the baby, and he was probably listening and in and out of the room, and maybe he fell asleep too, and then she wakes up and he's asleep, and she's like, hey, where are the kids? I don't hear them. You're supposed to be watching them, basically. And then they both realize they're missing, and she's pissed off and leaves because she's fed up with the shit like that, and now her children are missing, and he's scouring to the ends of the earth to try to find them.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what happened. I really do. And I think somebody might have got him. And it seems really hard to believe. I mean, just like with Summer Wells, that somebody would go out that far in that rural of an area and abduct children. But I mean, I think it does
Mhm.
happen.
Yeah, summer too. One thing that I keep thinking about is, as I said earlier, a well, a hidden well somewhere in the
Yeah,
woods, in the bush.
that's scary.
Yeah,
And I mean, even like fallen with the hurricane devastating the area recently, even like fallen over trees could be laying over like a big cave or ditch of some sort that
yeah.
you wouldn't notice that they could fall into.
You could even have a tree that fell on them and you can't find them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah,
the
with the
trees are
rain.
dead. Yeah, the rain and the trees are dead in the area, maybe, or
Mm-hmm.
who knows? Oh, it's so frustrating.
It is, and it's really sad. Abraham said, and once it gets dark, those kids aren't going anywhere. They would be crying and screaming. And another
Yeah,
thing, though, I mean, going against that theory is the pull up. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen kids in like pull ups and things, but once they're full of mess, They're like, I mean, they can't even walk with them on. They would pure slide down their legs, and we're not finding a pull up or anything anywhere. That makes me think they were abducted and put in a car because, I mean, that pull up would be so full it'd done fallen off and they'd be running around naked or, with their shirt on or whatever.
Right. Someone commented somewhere, why was Daniel so insistent about the bag and the pull up? And they were suggesting maybe he threw them in the bush somewhere for someone to find them. And why haven't they found them yet? That's not my theory. I'm just saying it.
I saw where somebody said too that the stepdad has four-wheelers. Maybe he dropped them off in the woods somewhere and left them there or something. But I mean, yeah, it's possible, and I mean, yeah, it could be true. I think it'd be stupid because your DNA. I mean, well, I would say because your DNA would be all over them. But at the same time, they lived in a house with you, so I guess if something did happen, you could like take them way out and put them somewhere and let somebody else find them, and it looked like an accident. But there would be four-wheeler trail marks in the woods, I would think.
Right.
Or footprints from him taking them out there. I don't know.
And can the four-wheelers go through some of the more bushy area? Even four-wheelers sometimes can't get through all that crap,
Right. Yep. Very true. I grew up riding four-wheelers and stuff, and there's places you can't get through. We used to keep a machete on the four-wheeler so we could hack through,
the jungle.
Yeah. I actually got a scar on my hand from where I was holding something to hack it, and I got my hand. It's on the top of my hand, right by my middle finger, right behind the knuckle on the top of my hand. There's a scar.
Oh man.
Yeah. It was crazy, but
we can't let you have any tools. It's bad enough Basil attacks your feet.
Yes, he attacks my feet. He got my cord. He's laying down sleeping right now. On that, I was gonna let y'all know I am gonna try to work on being able to sell some of the goat's milk lotion on the product website. Like there's a way that you can put in stuff that you make, so I'm thinking about trying to start selling some of that. But they have stuffed animal, like you can make a stuffed animal, but you have to order and pay for 300 of them because they've got to set it to a specific like specs and things like that depending on what you want to make. So I get it. So I'm going to try to do basil stuffed animals at some point. I'm going to try to do that.
I'll buy 250.
I want to do like if I could, like my ideal would be to make a basil and he comes with like, two little crackers and like a pretzel or something. That would be so cute.
Okay, I'm buying 300 now.
Yeah. That would be cool. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to do it at some point.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Abraham said that I doubt those kids are in that area. The dogs would have found them by now, and drone footage would have too. I tend to agree.
Yeah.
Colleen said, I'm just sad this time. I think there's something a tiny sketchy in the story, but it started out as something innocent. I just don't know.
Yeah, there are odd comments from both of them that make me wonder, but it's so hard to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angela said it was raining. They could be lost in a cave or mine, and they fill with water quickly.
Oh, yeah, true.
Horse Lover thinks mom knows something because she fled. They were either taken by someone or they took them somewhere, maybe.
I don't know what kind of... Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know what kind of ground, if they have a lot of caves in Nova Scotia. We do here in BC. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know. What do you think, Nino?
She might
have honestly, I don't know. I don't know if there would be a lot of caves in Nova Scotia.
I don't know what Mr.
Limestone ground or Um, um,
Okay. Basil, stop. Okay. So it says Nova Scotia is home to a variety of caves, including sea caves at the Ubbins National Park. There are also other popular caves trails in the region. One unique cave is Toblerone Cave, which has an entrance shaped like a Toblerone bar. Additionally, there are privately owned parks with spectacular sea caves, such as the one located between Riverport and Lunenburg. Nova Scotia's caves offer a captivating underworld of crystal formations and intriguing geological features.
nice, but
Um,
dangerous.
it is, but it seems like it would be more coastal and
Yeah.
like maybe not out in the bush as much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure there's some out there, but maybe not like a whole lot like you would see in like the mountain regions around here or something.
Mm-hmm.
Hate to say it, if they were deceased in the bush, the scavenger animals and birds could lead the people to them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um And I think that there would be signs, like if an animal got them or something, the dogs would have hit on that. There would have been some kind of trail or mark. And
That's how they found the bodies of those two young men who killed people in northern BC here. And then they drove all the way to Manitoba. And one of the indigenous elders noticed crows gathering, seeming to gather in one area, and they found the two bodies that way in the bush.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Hopefully that didn't happen, and I hope they get found. Um, But I'm going to go ahead and go for the day. I want to thank you, Abelis, so much for hanging out with me up here, and Mercedes, you as well. I really appreciate you both giving us a lot of insight and education about the region, area, culture, and the way things are there. Y'all have been um, so instrumental in helping us understand those things, and I really appreciate both of you so very much.
You're so
Thank
very
you very
welcome.
much for having us. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I loved it.
It's really fun to come up. It's a little nerve-wracking at first, but
Yeah, it is, and then you get used to it and kind of enjoy it. I was scared. I was very nervous the first time I even I went up on a couple of panels before I started the channel, and even now it's still nerve-wracking. I get nervous, especially if people come up on panel. It makes me nervous, but I love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hopefully more people will come up. That would be
Yeah.
fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, because people have so much knowledge. Our chat is
Exactly.
amazing, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got the smartest chat, I'm telling you.
Yes. We do. I love our chat. Happy Mother's Day to everybody with the
Oh
babies and the fur babies. I hope y'all have an amazing Mother's Day, and get to do something special.
Sounds good. Nino, it was fun seeing you.
Same. Thank you. I'll see you around in chat.
Yeah. It was good having y'all up.
All right. You guys all have a good afternoon.
You too. Thank
See
you.
you soon. Bye. Bye,
À la
Basil. Bye,
prochaine.
chat.
Bye.
À la prochaine, Nino.
Au revoir. Merci.
Bisous.
Bye.
Bye. How do I get out? I'm
Oh,
stuck.
I'll
Oh.
so
Okay, I
you
think I got it. Yeah.
okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay. Oh, Basil just got up. He must have heard Abelis in my headphones. He says, "Hi, Abelis." Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope you all stay safe and lock your doors, just like Bad Girl said. Um, yeah, Akara said, Abelis, I'll DM you the story to record and read. Yeah, Abelis could make money reading stories. And I really, and Mercedes is so knowledgeable about things, and I really just appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you for hanging out here today and being with us and helping us to get the word out to more people about Lily and Jack. I have enjoyed talking about possible scenarios and looking over the information we do have and trying to see if we can figure everything out. I hope you all have a wonderful Mother's Day. Give your kids a hug, your fur babies, and all of that. Yeah, and I hope that you guys get to do something special, do something you like. I hope that you all know that you are very much loved, and you are enough, and you are important. And I love you all so very much. I really do. Like I've said before, I could talk to myself for hours and hours and hours, but I would be nothing without you guys. You guys have taught me so much. And just the short amount of time that we've been doing this, I've learned so much from you guys. And you are all so very special to me. And I really, really appreciate you guys so very much. And again, happy Mother's Day. Again, know that you are important, you are enough, you are special, and you are loved. And I will see y'all on Monday. Bye.
Listen up, I gotta tell you.